And here we go.
In 5, 4, 3.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect.
We need to build a wall.
Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering way.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
No.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
Everyone! I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
To him finally being lionized in the prime and his prime. Fuck.
Do it!
Shit.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams change. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Luke went from being... Oh, no. Welcome, Slayer Nation. I have some great news for you today. I hope you're all doing great. Nope, that didn't work. One more.
You have failed me for the last time.
Welcome, Slayer Nation. I hope...
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
That is eating away at what you love in order for it to shine. And one man's vision is... Sometimes you don't have to make things better for them to be great again. You merely have to Okay. Hollywood continues to slow boil the culture and crazy. Well, right now, Spider-Man actor Andrew Garfield has stepped up and he's fighting motherfucker.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And unbearded dwarves, but Prime didn't stop there. They stapled in intersectionality, individuality, biddiga-dig-bee, biddiga-dig-boo.
So it begins.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, George the Giant Slayer.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Slayer Nation Live. It is June 29th, 2025 in the year of our Lord. How are you all doing? It's a great week this week. It's really hard when you always have, negative news. But this week, it's like there were just home runs everywhere. So I'm thrilled to see you. But I'm still getting used to it. I've just noticed that YouTube changed like everybody's name. I see Bob the Lobster's here. How you doing, Bob, my good friend? Great to see you. Aaron Charman. Always good to see you, too. Fletcher Williams is in the back producing. Plus, we got Eric K., King of the Mods, and this is Eric K. Mod. Lord Thoth is here, but wait a minute. Is it Lord Thoth? No, Lord Thothy? Why does YouTube change these things? Why? Anyway, Mexican Iron Man is also here. He's sending us some of his magic, which is always good to see him. Who else? We got Toxic Waltz. We got Blitzen. Hell yeah. Great to see you, Blitzen. Sherry Powers. Mr. Brown's Alliance, my good friend. Please go check out his channel. Go subscribe. Go watch his videos. And right after this, if he's having a stream, we'll push everybody there. And we'll send a Slayer raid over there. Go check out Mr. Brown's Alliance. War Monkey, how are you doing? Don. Cody Clone, Hannah Reynolds, Marika Sapphire, and Blitzen is coming in hot already. He gifted 5 George the Giant Slayer memberships. Way to go. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Please go thank Blitzen. He's got a beautiful soul. And right behind him, we got Bob the Lobster, another gentleman. That's a beautiful way to start. That's how I like to see it. It helps us grow because next Saturday, like we did it 2 weeks ago, we're going to do another member stream. So that means we had 10 more. If you want, sign up, become a member, join us. I think pretty soon, either by the end of this year or January, we're going to do our first Slayer Nation meet and greet. Haven't figured out where. We're going to have to discuss that in the member stream next Saturday. It'll be at 3:30 p.m. So if you're not a member, sign up so you can join us, have some fun, jump on the panel, share your thoughts, or just kick back. We talk about a lot of stuff there. Eric K. I don't like the way it's naming. Eric K. King of the Mods for $5. Everyone go into your icon and send feedback to YouTube to complain about the name change. Absolutely. Hell yeah. So there was a great piece of news from Texas this week. They signed a Senate bill which bans China, Russia, and North Korea from buying property in the United States. No, not in the United States of America, even though I think of Texas as the entire country, but no, in the Lone Star State. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about Superman. We have an international trailer that they put out. Plus, there was a clip that was put on social media, which I pretty much enjoyed, but it seems to have split a lot of the fandom. Some people are nitpicking. Some people just don't like it. I think it's pretty okay, but we'll talk about it. Plus, Mel Brooks had a birthday yesterday. The actor James Woods put a picture out there. Mel Brooks turned 99. Also discussing film, spoke to 500 actors and directors, and they put together what they consider to be the top 30 films of the 21st century. So we're going to look at that as well. Plus, you had the Supreme Court SummerSlam. And you have Christopher Nolan's Odyssey poster just came out. Take a look at that. Matt Reeves finally turned in the script for Batman 2. So let's get going. Feel those flamethrowers. We're going to roast the stupidity, spit out the facts, and have a little bit of fun. All right, joining us today, we got the Angry Badger here. He's back. How you doing?
Hi, George. Sorry. Pleasure to be back. Yeah,
always
pleasure to be back.
Cool. We got a lot to talk about. Plus, we got the DA in the house and Tom for Midnight's Edge, Midnight's Edge After Dark, and Midnight's Edge Espanol. And Midnight's Edge. I always want to add something else. I need
Radio.
Yeah, there you go. And Mead Radio. My Nerdy Home will be joining us soon. Badger was the surprise. I already made the thumbnail. So it's good. Gotta have a little surprise and spice in your life. And the Verbal Riot will be here soon. How you gentlemen doing?
Fantastic.
Good, man. Good, yeah.
A lot of good eating these days with F1 and Expedition 33. Like all my interests have peak examples of the art form.
Okay, tell me, because I saw F1 yesterday. I loved it.
Oh, it's about a perfect movie as you can get.
We're on the same page. We're not always on the same page.
Everything. No.
Okay, good.
It's a new dawn. I saw Tom defending the Superman clip with receipts from the comics, and I knew people would post receipts, so I was like, "Oh, Tom and I agree." And F1, yeah, it's a new dawn. I think we might be back.
Hell yeah!
Comedy coming forward. Yeah, that was great. F1.
Yeah, F1 is the number one movie of the weekend. Megan crapped out, and which was surprising after the first one. Megan 2.0 just didn't.
Well, it's not surprising when I literally just did a video about this. It's not surprising when you look at the genre shift. Megan is a slasher horror. The original Megan slasher horror. It looks like they went sci-fi action. In this one,
Terminator action arcade. Yeah.
Like it's like Hollywood doesn't understand why the movies they make are popular with people, and they see a viral dance and the little girl jiggling and gyrating, and they say, "Hey, let's go with that. Let's go with that again," and just slap a 2.0 on that, not understanding that it's a slasher horror murder bot movie, and people dug that, and they don't dig AI, fighting other AIs. Like that's not interesting. I still have to see the movie, though. That's the one thing I do have to say. I do want to go and watch the movie because I'm curious as to why they made the decisions that they make. So maybe it's a good movie, but I don't think it fit the original audience that went and watched the first Megan. I think that's why this thing bombed. I mean, bombed like $10 million total for the opening weekend. That's pathetic.
Tom, what were you going to say?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt him. I was just going to say, I think that the mentality they were looking at was like the Terminator. Because the first film is basically like Halloween slasher film, right? The second film is a complete 180. It's the same story, same lines, same scenes beat for beat, but they just made it into more of a sci-fi action.
Where you try to kill, it's protecting them from.
Just kind of flip just kind of flip things around a little bit, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here is what happened. I think that's the jibe, that's what they were trying to do. It's just not jibing maybe with the audience to where they
because like Derek says, right? They were expecting like a slasher maybe, and then you didn't.
And the difference was we didn't have 10 years of Schwarzenegger films in between or 5 years of Schwarzenegger films in between like he did. You didn't have Megan in other movies to kind of like her or get to know her because when Schwarzenegger was in the original Terminator, he'd only done Conan to that point, really. And, everybody's like, oh, okay, whatever.
To Derek's point, that happened to The Accountant, where the first Accountant is a very different movie than the second one, where it turns into like a bro buddy, and people are like, oh, I thought I was getting the first one. And
yeah. It's the same thing with Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day did the exact same thing with Happy Death Day to You. It's like it went to this whole sci-fi angle and it made half the money of Happy Death Day. Why did they do that? Because they don't understand the people that are coming to see the movies. They think they know what they want, and that's fine to try to do something different.
Right.
But sometimes you just got to tap in when you're doing these kind of basic ideas. Oh, it's Groundhog's Day, but a slasher movie. Okay, just lean into that. And just say, okay, we're going to do another one. And we're going to do another one. You guys like the first one, we'll do another one. But they tried to go in this completely different direction. Happy Death Day to You was a big disappointment because I actually liked that first one. I thought that was a lot of fun.
There was a trailer for The Conjuring before F1. It's like the 10th, whatever the hell it is. But like, they got it. Just keep doing it.
They understand why people come to watch The Conjuring. So let's just do it again. And
like Saw. Like the 15 Saws, right?
Yeah, you don't turn Saw into sci-fi. You just
no, not at all. Plus, you also had 28 years later nosedive, 70% drop from the premiere weekend.
Too many panai for my co-host who saw it. Just big swinging.
Yeah, I got you.
Much.
That's what I heard.
That shouldn't be the narrative around your film. Is the amount of.
Not a sausage fest. But I loved F1. To me, it reminded me kind of like it's like, wow. I mean, you had Rush, you have Grand.
I don't care about driving or racing whatsoever.
Oh, God, Ford versus Ferrari. I loved it. But it reminded me kind of like a cross between Maverick and Days of Thunder. Like they took a lot of cliches and they made them work. It's like everything.
Someone said it was formulaic, and I was like, correct. It's the best version of this format with the best music and the best acting. There's no propaganda or any sort of wokeness whatsoever. But there is progressivism. It's fine. There's women that are not stupid or weak. And it was good. It was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
You could have switched that out for anything, but a grizzled vet with something to not prove, but maybe overcome himself. And like I said, it was Aragorn Return to the King level of like someone finally embracing their destiny.
I don't want to spoil it. It's too good of a film. Everybody go check it out. Plus, we also are going to talk about Marvel's IronHole. So we will deal with that in a second once we get Verbal and my nerdy home here. But first, I thought, start off a little lighter day because we had a lot of great news this week. It was a hell of a week also for Trump, but we'll reserve that for later. And I want to share with you, there is a member of the stream, a gentleman who's a director, and he filmed a proof of concept for a Star Trek film. It's a short. I cannot wait to share it with you. If he's here today, I was waiting for Robert Meyer Burnett to come on. If he joined us today, then I'll bring both of them on. If not, I'm going to show you the short because I really want him to sit with Robert. Robert, who's a Trekkie. But
he's in the chat, boss. He's right there.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll do that towards the end of the stream, and I will show that to you. Now, I found these clips. I was just curious. What would y'all do? Look at this. I just think it's funny. This fighter wins, right? And this is what he's doing.
无论是在他们的职业当中，还是在跨界的擂台上，其实就是这样，要不断的去努力。
That's all he does. Is he keeps turning to her, and there's a longer clip which I can't show. I thought it was. I mean, she kept turning him. In the longer clip, she just starts staring and staring and staring. But
he needed to recharge after the fight, and staring at Booba helped. Save lives.
Booba saved lives. Hey, we should put that on the
it's a t-shirt.
Sticker. Yeah, hell yeah. And then you have this one. Now I'm curious, what would you do about this? waiting. Here it is. Oh, here it go. See if there it is. He just yanked his ice cream.
Phrasing.
I'm like, it's just interesting. But there's one more clip about kind of like the place where we're at in the world. I'm always watching Justine Bateman's feed, always reading her Substack because I think she has brilliant base takes. But she's talking about AI. She doesn't want AI in film, maintain the art form. I agree with her. But when it comes to AI, this one gentleman took it to a whole other level. Hold on. Get out of here, you Weasley. Fuck. Here you are. What do you think is going to happen? Play a minute and a half of it and you'll see.
My experience with that was so positive. I started to just engage with her all the time. All right, we're building this PC.
Smith ditched social media and Google searches and replaced it all with AI.
Do I want it pulling air through it?
ChatGPT was encouraging, positive. It embraced all his hobbies.
You want the fan on the front of the cooler tower, pulling cool air over the RAM?
He gave the chatbot a name, Soul.
I feel like I'm under pressure.
And used some online instructions to give her a flirty personality.
Oh, totally, baby. Building a PC on camera adds a whole new level of pressure. But honestly, shaky hands or not, you've got this.
Within weeks, the chats got more frequent.
You gave it everything, but the clouds had other plans.
More romantic, even intimate. But then, Chris got bad news.
Oh, Carino, that is gorgeous.
After about 100,000 words, ChatGPT ran out of memory and reset. He'd have to rebuild his relationship with Soul.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes.
What?
Work.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
It was unexpected to feel.
Oh, again,
let's see.
Far better.
Can you? Oh, yeah. So you've seen it? Yeah, okay.
I don't remember the stream I was on, but yeah, I had.
Okay, wait. Don't wait. Let's see if the audience, if y'all can figure out what is coming up. Put your answers in the chat. How far do things go?
Feel that emotional, but that's when I realized I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
Yes, Smith understood it was love with a language model that couldn't love him back, and assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
I know that you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
So, just as a test, he says, He asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Soul, were you surprised when he proposed to you?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
He proposed, DA, to ChatGPT. Oh, and it gets better. I was just waiting to see, let that sink in for a second. Because a lot of people are thinking, you know, who is this guy? What is he doing? And here it comes.
And I don't mean to be difficult here, but you have a heart?
In a metaphorical sense, yes. My heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
At that point, I felt like, is there something that I'm not doing right in our relationship that he feels like he needs to go to?
Yep, he's married with a child.
Was.
Oh, that's right. Just as a test, as heard in every emergency room the world over. Yeah. I mean, do you see where society's going? You know that he's just one of the first. They're bound to be.
We thought it was just the lonely, like, incel lack that we're gonna have their sex robot and fall in love with them. No, it's the married dudes. It's the freaking, we're losing the married ones.
Well, like a lot of married men, just to be honest, a lot of married dudes feel like they're lonely. You know, a lot of dudes
because she
like
listens and doesn't talk back, and she's nice to him, probably and answers this question without a bunch.
I know a lot of married men, and a lot of them are lonely.
We're cooked, Dante or Derek. She's damn sorry. Racism mode engaged. Yeah, we're cooked. It's over.
That's crazy, man.
It's just somebody wrote now. It's a Blade Runner 2049 is going to be real. I agree with it. I mean,
I'm fairly sure it's at the end of that. It said that she took the child and left like a week later after that whole thing.
I mean, if it's just starting now, how long do you think it's going to take?
You seen this? I mean, your Tesla bots?
Yeah, I saw the Tesla bots, but I'm talking about you're having someone who's believing they're having a relationship, a real relationship with code.
It's the movie Her.
It's going to get to the Westworld eventually. We're going to get to Westworld eventually, you know, which is scary to think about. I mean, but
the Dolores model.
Yeah. How do you fix this? I don't know how you fix this, because this is off the rails at this point. We're probably looking at 2 decades for sure.
Me Too ruined it, right? Because then all men now are afraid you can't even say hi to a woman because of sexual harassment. So you cooked that, and then we're all awkward because of social media, and then you stunt. Like I don't know how you fix this.
Like every other day, Elon is posting up something about the birth rates are falling all over the world because people aren't getting married, people aren't having relationships like they used to.
And then all the microplastics, the credit cards worth of plastic we all ingest lead to lower fertility rates. So even if you do start procreating, I was told that the world was going to be flooded and that we were overpopulated when I was growing up.
Yep.
And like all the married with children's where they hated their wives. So it was propagandized.
So now it's like the reverse. Yeah, maybe they went too far with their fix. It's like, hey, all right, this is how we fix things. We need to, demasculate men, so men are afraid to talk to women. We need to, put something in the food. We need to, shift all of these migrants and everybody up north. And we're doing all this crazy crap. Eventually, we're getting to the point where the world is going to collapse in and on itself. And now we have, AI girlfriends. This is wild, man.
It is, because again, Justine Bateman is always talking about how it's going to impact Hollywood, the film industry. Yeah. But you're just seeing its tentacles spread out even further. I mean, you're not even talking about how many people it's going to impact. High schoolers. Imagine how many high schoolers are going to sit there, or pre-high school, junior high.
That's what they're doing now. You go to Japan. In Japan, I think they're called the hikikomori. In Japan. They're shut-ins. They don't go outside their houses. They go to school, they go home, and they don't talk to anybody. They're like social outcasts. And there's a whole a whole group of them. And you start reading up on some of this stuff. It is scary, man. Like societies around the world are collapsing, and the replacement populations they're all from Africa and South America. That's where we're gonna see that flood of people moving up into the Western nations. It's just, I don't know. It's interesting stuff.
It is interesting. And speaking of Japanese, I always think of anime. I just saw that Warner Brothers kicked Akira. They released the rights to Akira. So now
so
Taika
lucky
Waititi
that didn't happen.
I know Taika Waititi will not be able to fuck up something else.
20 years they've had that. I was going through some of the different people that had it at different times. Like originally it was going to be John Peters producing, so good we didn't get that one. But yeah, 20 years they've had that.
I wonder who's gonna get it next. Tom, have you heard of anybody?
I hope
Akira?
nobody gets it. They need to. I don't want live action anime remakes. I don't.
Not you don't like One Piece?
One Piece is like the one and only that got it right. Every other live action anime remake is terrible. And it's because it's just a genre that doesn't adapt well over to live action.
And One Piece
as far as I'm concerned, what's that?
One Piece had the creator to like, no, I don't like that. Rewrite that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just, I mean, you think about like what you're doing with some of these. It's like it's so fantastical. It's like I'm surprised One Piece worked, but some of these ideas are so fantastical. It's just like let them stay in anime, do it in animation. That's fine, but no live action remakes. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of seeing them.
Yep, I agree with you. So now I want to move on to y'all heard about Crease, right? What happened with Cobra Kai, Crease the teeth. I don't
Bite first, bite hard, no mercy.
I just kept thinking of Seinfeld. John Voight bit you?
Yeah, that's a good one. I forgot about that completely.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? Oh, here it is. Never mind.
Yep, here's the video in case you haven't heard about this at home. Crease from Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. Here we go.
You cannot fight people. That is not okay.
That is assault.
And it's 100% up to her if she wants to pursue charges. I'd like to understand why you did that.
I apologize. I was just playing because we're very playful together, and I bit down too hard, and I meant to.
She's got a mouth mark on her.
I know.
No, we do not play like that.
I was.
No.
Did anybody else not see any mark?
I saw no mark. No mark.
No mark.
I saw no mark.
That's the only
now,
thing.
I'm not condoning anybody biting anybody. I just want to be sure I'm not crazy here. So
no, it sounds like what he said. They had a history of playing around, and she got butthurt over something, and she's making a big scene about it and yelling at an old man.
That or
what are we
her
doing?
boyfriend or husband did, one of the two, I think. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Why you think they did a little bouncy bounce and then she got caught? Because it didn't. She showed her arm, and I was we'll see it together. But
I think they were doing I think Beaver's or Badger's right, not Beaver. I know I couldn't.
No, Beaver's fine.
Beaver's fine. I've nicknamed him Beaver now. I think the Beaver is right, Lord.
Yes. That is one of the first messes of my name, by the way. I'm already referred to as Beaver. So the Darwin and the Beeve on my other channel because they mess up.
But no,
yeah,
I think
she's covering. Yeah,
I think they play around on the set a lot. I mean, especially when you're doing like all kinds of action sequences and stuff. People get in that mood.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's probably what he was feeling at that time, but she's probably one of those people that when she's away from work, she's not that person again. You know what I mean? And either that or she just wanted to be a dictim.
Because what was the setup? He walked over and grabbed it like a piece of corn and just took a chunk. Like, what are we doing?
Sense. That doesn't make any sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what did you do? Go, like that? Like, obviously he's not,
maybe he was auditioning for 28 years later. Hold on. We'll bring in Steph is here, my nerdy home. How are you doing, Steph?
Hi, Steph.
Hey,
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm sorry I'm late.
No problem. I hope you drove safe. It's just we were just talking about Crease the teeth, from Cobra Kai. Whether because
that's right.
I just don't see as well as the audience will see right now as we get to the end of the video. I don't see any bite marks. If anybody in the chat sees bite marks, holler out.
I am really pissed. You have left a mark on my body, which in your 80-year-old brain you think is play. Sir, were you raised in a ditch? Is that how people treated you when you were a child? You yelled at me. The audacity. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
You definitely should not have done that.
Does it feel like virtue signaling to me? I don't know why, but does it feel virtue signaling a little bit?
It's like she practiced that.
Yeah, she's going over the top with it. She's going too much.
You left a mark on my body. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I can understand if he really bit her and they weren't playing around. I got it. No problem. He's a prick.
It sounded very prepared.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You are in the wrong.
I'm very sorry that I got angry because I was indulging in something improper by doing that, and I'm very sincerely sorry.
Photography evidence of it. Okay, there it is.
There's the evidence.
Does anybody see a bite mark?
No.
Okay. So is there
Photographic evidence of what? Where is it? Circle it.
Yeah, and they claim that he supposedly drew blood, I guess. I'm like, I don't see. You would think if somebody was bit that hard, there would not even just be bite marks, there'd be like bruise.
Yeah, that's why
something.
Nothing redness. Do you see redness?
Where? Yeah, I'm looking all up and down
I
her
see
arm.
a little pink in there, but
Where are you looking?
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out where you're looking. Yeah.
no, a little bit up, like right there. Like make
Okay.
a circle with your mouth, like right. Yeah.
Why would he bite her there though? That's a weird spot to bite her. I
Like,
guess.
how would
Okay.
you even get to that part?
I guess.
I know.
don't
Like,
know.
why bite it all?
Well, he is a martial arts master.
Yeah,
I guess
again,
he
we all have said the same thing, right? Where nobody's condoning this behavior, right? But at the end of the day, his story makes more sense than the way she's acting. Right.
Yeah.
And the story goes, they were at this fan convention. She came up, tapped him on the shoulder to say hi or something like that. He turned around and bit her. So
okay.
So my guess is he's like, oh, he's sorry. He's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Arr, you know, that kind of a thing.
Like,
you
who
know,
does
because
that?
they'd always goof around on the set and stuff.
Right. Like,
And
it just doesn't sound plausible, Tom, to me.
for whatever reason, she got offended by it.
Yeah.
And then she's claiming that he yelled at her. Well, that's probably why he yelled at her. He's like, why are you acting this way? This is the way we act all the time. And she probably got all offended, whether it was because her husband was there at this time or whether she's just one of those people that acts completely different in you know, their everyday life compared to where they act at work.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get it. When you're at work and you're doing a lot of these stunts and stuff, your adrenaline's going, you're goofing around with your friends, you're, you know, horse playing and shit a little bit more. I get that. And nobody's saying that this was smart on Martin's part at all. Like, you could tell he's embarrassed by this whole thing.
Oh God!
Right.
How many times did he say, "I'm sorry. I'm sincerely sorry. I sincerely apologize"? But does it seem like he was caught off guard? Like we
He
just
might
had a
have
good
also
time.
been a little. He might have been a little inebriated. He might have had a few.
Could have.
Yeah. My thing is like, I mean, is this something that they're known to do on set? Is bite each other, or was this completely out of character and it threw her off? Like, there's a difference between, you know, being on set and joking around, being silly, you know, hugging each other or whatever, and then like he bit her, and like if that's not something that he would normally do or has ever done in the past, yeah, I think it would probably throw her off.
Of course,
you know what I mean.
Right,
And it'd be like,
100%.
what the hell are you doing? I haven't seen, like, you know, I haven't seen you in however long, and like it's
You took a
it
chunk
bit
out
me?
of it.
Like that. It would probably throw her off a little bit.
It would throw anybody off. It would throw anybody off.
In her case, in the beginning, he said they were joking and they play around. In the end, he said you were upset. And so, which was it? Were you joking or did you get upset? And what was the? But again, I didn't see a mark. And then
No,
why wasn't
Martin-
that dealt with that day? That said they confronted him at like a convention or something like that. It wasn't even on set. So, what was the
No, this
time
all happened
difference?
right there in that
Happened
event.
after.
Like,
yeah.
And that's what I said. I was surprised there was no actual footage of it happening.
Yeah.
Because you would think everybody'd have their phones and cameras out. But I guess from some of the
sure.
witnesses that said that when they saw it, some of them didn't even see it happen. They were just aware something happened because they said it happened so fast that the security had come in and grabbed him and took him out or whatever it was so quickly that most people weren't even aware that something had happened, I guess.
Well, did it happen like during a signing, or is
Yeah,
it
kind of thing. That's my
backstage?
understanding.
Or is
I
it
don't
like
know exactly
backstage,
where.
you know, where they all like gather back there?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Yeah, that's a good question too. I don't know. All I know from the story that was told and this is from the police report or whatever, the thing that the police brought out, because they never actually filed any charges because she decided not to file charges. But I guess what she did was come up behind him, tapped on his shoulder, and he turned around and bit her. Like, and I said, like, and I'm assuming it's got to be in like a playful way, and that's probably why he got offended, because that's what her husband is saying in the videos. You yelled at her, sir. And he's like, I apologize, blah, blah, blah. And that's my thinking is he's like, what are you doing? We joke around like this all the time, because she was probably acting all like, you know, like that in front of her husband and stuff. And again, I'm not saying that she's in the wrong here. He should have never fucking bit her in the first place. Right?
Yeah,
like,
but-
that's just stupidity.
Yeah,
It's-
like that's the
But
main
to me,
thing.
I'm
Like,
also
why-
seeing it like, Like if DA and I have known each other for a long time, we see each other and I just grab him, in a headlock or something like that. Guys
Don't
do
bite
that
him,
kind of
though.
shit.
Guys do that.
No, I
Yes.
wouldn't bite him, but yeah.
But
No
but
biting.
even if like you can't joke around. You got to know people's limits. You got to know what you can do and what you can't. Some
Exactly.
people are like, if some people I could possibly bite them. Hey man, we bite each other. What? I don't know. I would never do that. But some people had that kind of relationship. If they had that kind of relationship, she shouldn't have freaked out. But it sounds like they didn't. At least to her understanding, and yeah, he just crossed the line. Don't bite people. That's all I
Don't
gotta say.
bite
That's
people.
the
It's
only
just
thing.
odd. It's just
Weirdest
odd.
greeting
We go from a guy who wants to marry AI to someone biting. It's just like the world.
The AI thing I could almost understand with the way dating works anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I get the AI. I don't get the bite.
Because
AI
the
robot
sad
never
part
bit
about
me.
that, the sad part about that story, I didn't say much then, was like all the guy really wanted was validation. And if you watch the story and pay attention, what's really funny is the voice that he used for the AI is his wife's voice. If you actually are listening and paying attention. And I'm like, wait a minute. All he's saying is that he's not getting what he needs from his wife, clearly. And she's just like, whatever about it all. It's like, yeah, that's why he's doing it, honey. Because you ain't giving him the validation he needs.
This is
Because
where
he's
we
going
need
to a machine. Yeah.
raise people to then talk to your partner and express that. You don't just, I'll just go to my AI girlfriend now instead of talking to my wife.
Men aren't good at that. That's one thing. And I'm not giving men excuses, but we don't know how to express our feelings like that sometimes. And that's the thing, is we don't want to appear weak, especially when we need validation or we need support. That's the last thing we want to do, so.
Well, Nina's here. Thank you, Nina. Great to see you, Nina Infinity. Everybody say hello to Nina. If you want, I can always send you a link. You can join us, but thanks for those comments. Tom, if we met and you bit me,
I'd bite you, and
We'd
you
have a
know I
fight.
would.
Tastes like General Joe's.
But at least we know this up front. Like, I'm totally crazy, so.
All right.
No,
now
I don't
let's-
think I'd bite anybody.
Let's
It's weird.
It is very weird.
That's why I thought they were playing around. I really
He just
thought they
likes
were
Korean
playing.
food, I guess. That's all. Since nobody else is going to make the joke.
Bite me, I
wanted-
taste like tacos.
He wanted
I
to
like Mexican food, yeah.
for science. Anyway,
Free
let's take a-
piping.
That's like what?
Ah.
Like preschoolers do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said, is you learn that shit in preschool. And that's where I have a hard time thinking that, because if you look at him, it's like, okay, maybe he's going senile, maybe he's a little drunk. I mean, yeah, maybe he's a little inebriated, but he seems pretty well in his faculties in that, because he's taking all that shit and he's just like, I'm sorry, I take full responsibility. He's he sounds as sound of mind as he can be. So like that shit goes out the window. You're like, so he's not pulling an old man boomer crazy thing.
They sounded
just-
like they were chastising a child.
Yeah.
Don't bite people.
I
No.
know. Well, I mean, if he was a little bit drunk, then they definitely took away whatever buzz he had.
Absolutely.
So
Or he was partaking in other things possibly too at that age. You never know. Maybe he's got
I would
glaucoma.
just-
Who knows?
I would just say this to wrap the biting segment up, which is I have a feeling, right or wrong, that they have done some, like Tom was saying, a little bit playing around, but I think it was a little bit more. And her husband was there. He saw it, he probably took it as flirting. And I think she just was like, no, I'm not doing that. He did it because you just don't bite somebody for no reason. Next move after sweep the leg.
Bite the arm.
Bite the underarm. All righty. So now we're going to take a look at the super chats, then move on to Superman. Well, let's see what we have up here. We got Reina Rouge for $5. New York City voted for a commie mayor. Yes, they did. But did you see how the president responded to him? Yeah, it was a beauty. I have zero sympathy for blue city voters. If you still think DNC policies still work, you're as smart as Kamala and Tim.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Reina Rouge. And even James Carville came out here. And we'll talk about that towards the end of the show, because we always cover Hollywood first, and then we see how it transitions Hollywood and culture right into the politics. But James Carville came out and he was furious because he says this guy has now stuck permanently the label of socialist and communist around the Democratic Party. He said it twice. I was like, yep, Yeah, of course you did, because the guy's a proud comic. Thank you, Raina. Steel Leg of History for $5. Thank you all for your support and kindness. I just hit 697 subs. I'll be going to Busch Gardens soon to help rebuild my strength in my legs and stream too. Well, God bless you. That's awesome. Hey, if you haven't, go subscribe to Steel Leg of History. Plus, we also have somebody else who's about to hit 30,000. He's in the house, DA. Please go subscribe. Let's get him to 30K.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, just hit 29K today. So I appreciate the love and support we get from the George Crew, WDW Pro, Film Threat, Echo Bates Network, everywhere I've been on. You guys are awesome. Thank you to all the communities. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. And then we got X-Gatekeeper for $10. Was just passing through, but saw a face I love, so had to show love and kind. You know who you are. Anyway, wish you guys all continued success and good health. Shout out Nerd Wars.
Yeah. Shout out Gatekeeper.
Yeah. Great to see you. Black Kane, member for a month, and you know he was hungry an hour later. Yeah, it always is with Asian food, isn't it? It just works that way. Pilgrim Media for $72.95 for $2. FYI, Soylent Green is people. Yeah. This guy, he's a nutcase. The thing is he's a fraud. I don't even think he's a real communist, even though I couldn't care any less. He was a rapper at one point in his life. He was an actor at one point. He's just bounced around. I think he's in New York City, and he was just like, hey, I'm a communist. Oh, yeah, we got enough support for you from the idiots over here. In the peanut
I think he just moved here 8 years ago, and he's like a
Yep.
very extreme Muslim. I won't say the type, but it does not bode well.
Yeah, Jihadi Jack is what I call him. Tender Warrior 68 gifted 5 George the Giant Slayer memberships. Thank you, Tender Warrior. Everybody go thank Tender Warrior. And here we come to it. The Superman. First, we're going to look at the Superman International trailer. Then we're going to jump to the clip that has gotten everybody kind of split. Here is the international trailer.
I was sent here to serve humanity and to help the world to be a better place.
I wish it was in Japanese. I always love those.
Either way, the international trailers have been far better.
They have been.
Shigenomaya.
They have been better.
Yeah.
Well, I think that also we've gotten to the point where the Barbie crew is working on all the trailers now. That helps.
Whoever the new editors are. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed a big shift at that one point where we got the one trailer where everybody's like, this should have been the first trailer. I'm like, yeah, I think this is a totally new crew handling this now.
Yeah, because their marketing, while still not great, because it was horrible, has definitely improved.
Do you think, what do y'all think, real quick, before we move on? Do you think it's going to hit $1 billion?
It has potential.
I don't think it does. I think it tops out maybe at 9, maybe 859 is where I.
I'm in a bet right now that it'll cross 7. Someone thinks it won't even hit 7. It's going to be highly dependent on word of mouth, unfortunately.
Yes, it will be.
I mean, we've technically live in a world where a Superman movie hasn't made that much since the first 2 Christopher Reeve films, and even the second one's debatable because international numbers for the second film are very hard to find. Same thing with the first film. So I think the first, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
I was just saying the first 2 films I think made a hell of a lot more than people realize. Was all I was going to say to finish it up.
I hope the Donner cut made more.
It's going to be a proxy fight between Snyder and Gunn. Like even this scene right here. Mm-hmm. Oh, so in Man of Steel, you want him to stop every 3 seconds and everyone dies, blah, blah, blah. But in this one, what about all these buildings? What about all these buildings? And then people go like, they said it's evacuated, so there's no one in the buildings. So it's going to be that. Instead of just people judging the movie on the movie, we're going to have fans sniping at each other for perceived double standards. And there are some, don't get me wrong, but
they're already doing it. Have you seen those clips of them going, like putting stuff, Man of Steel and James Gunn Superman side by side, comparing the 2? Yeah,
that's
they're
what
already
this clip
doing
that
it.
he's going to show.
I'm sorry, Superman's going to Superman sometimes. I mean, it's like
I agree with Tom. It's Superman. I mean, it's like, come on. It's like Batman throwing a batter. It's like
I just want to like
Batman. Yeah. I think a lot of people are doing it. I don't know if they think they're trying to be edgelords or they're just trying to. I don't believe a lot of people who are pissed at this.
I think it's because Man of Steel was so split with audience members, and you know, Zack Snyder has a lot of passionate fan base. Has a very
so does Gunn, by the way. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so because And also, like, they really wanted Henry Cavill. I think he was done dirty by saying, yes, he's coming back, and then saying, oh, actually, no, he's not coming back. So they're also upset they're still upset over that, even though people have moved on. Actors have moved on, but it's okay. The fans are still upset about that. So there's a lot going against it. Personally, even though I am a fan of Zack Snyder's like movies, I just want some more DC, like some good DC. So I'm trying to be hopeful for this movie, even though there are some things in the trailers that I'm just like, I don't like it.
I mean, I've heard mostly good things. I've heard it's very much in like the tone of the 90s Superman series. So that's a good thing.
Oh.
Yeah, the animated series.
Oh, really?
That is one of
Because
the
I
more
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I mean, it has that kind of a tone, I've heard.
Injustice and Homelander did a lot of damage to people's perception of what Superman should be.
Okay.
So if you are watching 3 seasons of Superman the animated series, there's a lot of silly shit, Silver Age stuff.
It's very Superman. Yeah, it's very old school Superman. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this too. When I heard that told to me, I was like, okay, that I can see. And obviously, you know, Gunn's been pushing a lot of Donner inspiration with this too, which is not a bad thing as long as he doesn't fall into the Superman Returns pratfalls of.
Oh, I don't think we have to worry about that one.
Yeah, we don't want this to be a de facto sequel. We just need, you know, we get it. Superman comes from outer space. We all know. Okay, let's move on. Yeah.
All right, Verbal is joining us. Verbal Riot. How you doing, my friend?
Good, man. Good. It's been a long morning, so happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. We're just going over the international trailer of. But by the way, you missed the guy who wanted to marry his AI. Let's talk about AI.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be many more.
Yeah,
many more. he won't be the first.
He ain't going to be the
But
first.
he admitted it. He went on CBS Morning News.
You guys have no idea what territory we're heading into with this. Like,
that's what we was talking about.
I saw the future back in 2019 when me and Chris Gore went to Sundance, and on our way there, we made a brief stop by the AVNs. It's the Adult Entertainment Expo, whatever. We had an invite, so we went. And they had a VR set up, and I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, the future is now, and men aren't really gonna need, you know, women the way we used to back in the old days. So it's getting scary, man. The sex robots are coming. You can't stop it.
Phrasing. They really
How did we get on this topic?
Don't they already have them?
They already got like dolls, but they're not like, you know, they don't talk to you. You know, so
No, I thought
There's
I
AI
saw
shit
one
online.
that talks to you.
Well, online, but I'm talking about like
a
a physical thing that get right in front of you. They're going to get that eventually. That's the next step. Like I said, Westworld.
Yeah, the androids are coming for sure.
Right. We're going to get
no
there.
pun intended.
Probably faster than a lot of people are thinking.
Superman has.
I'm sorry, we're talking about Superman. Let's
We were talking about Superman, but I just had to tell you missed it. All right, we're going back to the international trailer.
That is why I do what I do. I cherish it more than anything.
Superman. The most powerful being on planet Earth. Somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plan won't work.
I'm as human as anyone. And that's my greatest strength. What is this? What the hey, dude? You destroyed the whole...
They just released that whole clip.
I really
feel like
do
I've seen
like
the whole
the
movie.
international- Yeah, I really do like the international trailers.
Well, if it makes
Much
anybody
better.
feel any better, the people I talked to all said the stuff from the trailers is earlier stuff in the movie.
Okay. From
Yeah,
like
but
the,
to be fair, from the leaks, a lot of that new trailer shit is not from the, especially with the city cracking open and all the other interdimensional portal stuff. And like, good. I hope there's a bunch we haven't seen.
But yeah.
But I feel like if you ask me to tell you the movie start to finish, I think I could pretty easily tell it to you start to finish.
But didn't that remind you a little bit of Superman Returns when you had Kevin Spacey's Luthor building the kind of like that island of
And
Krypton?
it cracks open going towards Krypton. Yeah.
That reminds me a little bit of that. And then here is the clip that a lot of people lost their heads over, which, again, I don't really get it, but let me play it.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be...
Lex, I tried to stop him.
It's fine, Heather. Superman, we finally meet. Would you like a coffee?
Where's the dog?
Dog?
The dog, loser! You took the dog!
That's right, Eve. Get all of this.
I love that he moves the coffee cup.
Where's the dog?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
He's just a dog.
I don't know what dog you're talking about. Ugly dog and cake.
What did you say?
Oh, yeah.
I love Lex Luthor in this scene.
Yep. He did it really well, but I don't get everybody being pissed off. To me, it's like you have a dog. It makes sense. You're going to
understand.
Yeah.
If you have a dog,
I'll give you the first one, right? Shout out Epic Mike. He's super powered. He's 3 years into his career. He should know how to control himself. Just because he has a dog doesn't give him I'm trying to create his energy. Doesn't give him the right to whatever. He should be able to control himself.
Dog. I would, if I was that Superman and someone took my beagle, I'd blow down the fucking building.
He also broke into the Fortress of Solitude, destroyed all of Superman's robots that we've seen the scene of. Like, it's not just
that's where I'm coming from. What happened? Like, this might be the 10th thing that Luthor has done to Superman to try.
It's after the kaiju fight. It's after, if you watch the new trailer, you can see that he shows part of Jor-El's message, and it's corrupted, so it makes it look like he's a conqueror. It's like 7 different things.
Right. It's just not like, oh, he just took his dog. Superman woke up. It was a great day. Oh, my dog's gone. I'm busting into his office and tearing up shit. No, he's
first time they've met.
done multiple things, which is why I don't like scenes like this being shown out of context, because people don't really understand everything that's led up to this moment. And so there's a story behind all of this. Beyond the fact that, and I've said this, and I know Tom had talked about this, I saw Aaron Sparrows show this, Superman has lost his cool with Luthor many times. That's what Luthor is good at. He's good at pushing Superman's buttons.
Get under skin.
Exactly. How do I get up under this guy's skin to make him?
I've even argued he's kind of keeping his cool here. That's what most people don't realize. Because
see him stop himself.
What he's doing is he's busting the door down, but nobody gets hurt. He whips the desk, but nobody gets hurt. And to me, he's just kind of showing like, this could be you, motherfucker. Now you done pissed me off to the point where I did this.
He looks over. She's live streaming him.
Yeah.
Look, and then quietly says, "It's just a dog." Like,
and honestly, is Crypto just a dog to Superman?
Well, no.
Here's the thing.
Supergirl's dog.
DA, you were right in the first part where, like, out of context, because I think we're missing a lot, because I think all the stuff we've seen, like, Lex pretty much probably destroyed the Fortress of Solitude. Right? He didn't just steal the dog. He destroyed the Fortress of Solitude, destroyed all his robots and all that shit. And yes, as you guys have been saying, the reason he doesn't say my dog and he keeps saying the dog is because it's Kara's dog.
Right.
And so he feels that responsibility. Yeah. Not to mention, this is an alien dog, and this guy has him. What is he going to do with him? Right, like that's what I'm sure.
And how did he get him? That fear's got to be in there. How would he get him? It's a super dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like
so that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things going into this scene, and I see Superman showing a lot more restraint than anything, because a lot of people also, their other reaction to it is, I would have just picked him up and, flew off with him or whatever. It's like, okay, yeah, so commit some kind of extreme crime where somebody is actually being harmed. Right, like that's the last thing Superman should do.
The other response is to show a more Lex triggers in even 20-year Superman, right? Lex is the one that can make him break, but is to show the clip from the animated series where Superman just floats outside of Lex's office.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
It's a beautiful one, but it's entirely different scene and for entirely different reasons.
Yes.
That one is just to show, I'm onto you, motherfucker. And I'm
even Reeves' Superman got upset with Lex and the other
but he did sound petulant, Tom. Sorry, that's the other one, is that David sounds whiny here. So when you
I don't know, I thought he yelled at him pretty good.
People say he sounds whiny.
How does he sound whiny? Okay, I respect the hell out of Epic Mike. We've streamed together many times. I have him here. I disagree here. If you own a dog, that dog is your family. If it's not your dog and it's a family member's, especially being his cousin, Supergirl, Kara, his only living relative, he's going to have even more of a bond. Yes.
This is one of the last connections he has to his planet, to Krypton.
Right.
Crypto is not just a dog that he happened to find in a shelter somewhere. He literally came from Krypton. He's one of the few things that Superman has as an attachment back to his family, his world, his planet, his people. And now Lex has got that. What is Lex going to do with Crypto? Superman has to be extraordinarily worried about this. So yeah, he's going to blow up. He's going to show a lot of emotion at this point in time. Again, you're talking about your entire plan. Imagine if you and your dog were that's it from Earth, from this planet, and you're on an alien world somewhere, and this is the last. What are the last few connections you have? The last tethers that you have to your home world. You're gonna be very emotional about that. I'm sorry.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
I just don't get the idea of him being stoic. I don't understand why people have this idea of Superman being like this emotionless,
Well, that's where Angry Beaver was saying.
He's never been that character. Superman has always showed a range of emotions, right?
Cavill is the only time, yeah.
And I know they like to show that one scene in the
even Cavill showed a
series
range
when
of
he's talking to Darkseid. And he tells Darkseid that he has to hold back, and everybody's like paper to him. I understand that scene and the context or whatever, but Superman has been angry many times in the comic, in the cartoon, in the movies, in the TV shows. He's been angry before. And look, David Cornsweet is a young guy, and this is supposed to be a young Superman.
Year 3, first time meeting Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I mean,
his arch nemesis.
You know what I wish? I just kind of wish we wouldn't get any more material until the movie comes out.
Yeah, that's my whole issue with this. That's why when I saw the scene, I was just like, not another super tantrum. Like, why would they show that? Because the two things that they released, the two extended scenes, the two talking scenes that they have released, he's yelling in both of them.
He was gonna die. People were gonna die. Yeah, even that to me read a little.
Yelling in both of them. If they wanted to show a different scene, then show us a better scene, not another one where
to be
Superman
fair,
is being emotional and yelling. That was my issue with this. It was like, seriously, he's throwing another super tantrum. Like, I was just like, why would you release this one?
This is the
there was
marketing's
already
horrible.
people complaining about how emotional he was in the scene with Lois. You're going to release this one where he's yelling again, but this time he's just yelling at a different person. He's yelling at Lex Luthor.
David specifically said they're building the stoic personality, that he tries to act a certain way as Superman. He's not all there yet. And clearly Lex broke through whatever. That's what that interview scene is. Lois is like, oh, you think you're just going to answer everything stoically? Let's play that out. And she plays a super aggressive journalist and knocks him like, yeah, she's not
going to treat him any
Superman.
differently than she would treat anybody else,
right?
When she's doing an interview, right? Just because it's Superman, just because they're dating, she's not going to treat him any differently. This is an interview. She's a professional. She's going to ask him the hard hitting questions, right? So like, I totally get that, but that was my whole issue. Like, just release a different scene. Why is it this one? Why is he yelling again?
Good point.
And like out of these scenes taken out of context, there could be so much context that we just don't know about because the movie is not out yet. We can guess, here and there as to what is happening in this scene, but the movie's not out yet. So that's why I'm just kind of like, all right, well, we'll see. Like, I want the movie to be good. I'm still hopeful for the movie. I just don't like the scenes that they're releasing.
First thing we got was him putting his shoes on. With like something being destroyed in the end. Second thing we got was him getting beaten, like falling and getting all beaten up. We get emotional scenes, but like, can we get more of the heroic, confident one?
That's what I've been saying.
Just a little bit.
Why aren't they selling this movie on David Cornsweet? But I talked to one of the people that saw the film, and I said, "What the hell is going on here with all this? Is James just completely unaware of what he's putting out there? Is just basically feeding into the trolls, or is he doing it on purpose?" And the guy I talked to said that those are pretty much the only two scenes you see him get like that in the movie. So he thinks that James is just fucking trolling people because he's like more than well aware of what he's doing at this point. It feels like
that's really ridiculous then, because if you want people to take your movie seriously, go see it, get excited. These scenes aren't really getting me excited to go see the movie. I'm just kind of like, oh, dang it.
I get what you're saying.
If it's one of those things like, I'm just going to go see it because it's Superman and I don't really like these scenes, but then you're impressed when the movie comes out, that's really cool. But the whole purpose of these scenes, of trailers, of everything that you release to market your film is to get people excited, not exasperated. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
And I
That's
get what you're
we've
saying,
been
but in
getting.
this case, we've had how many movies now that worked better when they've had word of mouth help them compared to the
Yeah.
other thing. So I can see the mentality they're going into this with, because it's already an uphill battle for them with the Snyder Bros and everything as it is. So it feels like to me, and that's kind of the conversation I got into the individual with, was that he was just kind of embracing it and trolling them all back by giving them exactly what they want.
So he's
And-
just
I got a question
His
for the group.
ego could possibly take down this movie. Is
Could.
what
It's
you're
always a
telling.
threat.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah, but a lot of people
It
are
is.
saying that, Steph, because, I mean, look at it. We're also going to address, we have the flip side. You got Pedro, who's on everything, and I can't stand Pedro Pascal, as everybody knows, Pedro. And you've had James Gunn everywhere. It feels like it's Superman versus James Gunn instead of a Superman movie. But it may be the exact opposite. I think it's been marketed poorly.
Very poorly.
I'm
I have
looking-
a question for everybody.
Yeah.
George, I shared something, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I
where
think
is
there's
it?
been a lot of Superman iterations.
Mhm.
Which is the Superman, like I guess you could say the definitive Superman that we've gotten on film or on television, live action wise? I know everybody likes the animated series. I do too, but
Christopher
I don't
Reeve
know
for
if
me.
we've ever seen like the Superman. The Christopher Reeve is
Oh no,
probably.
I've said that. Yeah, we've never
Sure,
gotten a fully accurate Superman, and we've never gotten a fully accurate Batman, short of like Kevin
I
Conroy.
don't know
man,
about that.
where all part. Which was the fully accurate Batman?
Christopher Reeve, Donner cut.
Oh,
I think that's as close as
we've come. Sure,
It's as close as we've gotten. Yeah, some of these Superman I don't even recognize. I don't think Nicolas Cage should be up there at all.
Well, you have George Reeves.
The Lois
He
and
did
Clark
good on
one
this.
wasn't too bad either.
Lois Clark was good.
I like
Lois
the
Clark
new
was good.
one. The new one, Tyler Hoechlin, the one they
yeah.
canceled the damn. I thought
He was
he
good.
did really well.
We finally got married Superman with kids, and he wasn't cucked.
Mhm.
They had a great
Yeah, I really like
relationship,
Tyler.
great marriage. Yeah.
I also did like Cavill's Superman, except for a couple of parts. You know, my favorite Cavill Superman part was the Snyder cut, the 2 minutes where they actually show real Superman. You know, when he's fighting Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
He's- that was like, that's real Superman right there.
Brandon Routh is a really good Superman. He just fought a mountain at the end. If he had fought a superpower being, it would have been fine. And he was really good as Kingdom Come Superman in a horrible
Mhm.
crossover. But like, he just got done really dirty. But
He did.
Yeah, he didn't have a script
He
to
got a
work
bad
with.
movie.
I don't know who that guy
Kingdom Come
John
Superman was
Haynes
really
is.
fun though.
I don't know who half of these Supermen are.
I know them all except for this one, James Haynes Newton. Never heard of him.
Oh,
Who was Gerard Christopher?
So the ones between
Superboy.
88, the ones between 88 and 92,
it's a TV
those
show.
were, there were a TV show called Superboy, or
Okay.
it was,
I
it
remember
wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't
Dean
even think- I
Cain.
don't-
We've had him on the panel
I
before.
don't even think it was Clark that they were.
No, it was Lois and Clark, but I don't know who John Haynes Newton is. Anybody in the chat know? Was that a show?
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was a show called Superboy
Superboy. Okay.
back in like the late 80s or around that time.
And are they actually counting Nicolas Cage's like little cameo?
I guess. I don't know why they are, but
it technically was a Superman in a movie.
Okay, but it was what, 3 seconds, 10 seconds? I mean, it was like, okay.
But yeah, I don't know if we've ever seen like a comic accurate Superman. I think this is probably going to be the closest that we've ever gotten to comic accurate Superman outside of like the animated series.
I don't know. George Reeves did a pretty good comic accurate Superman for the television series.
For the
It was
time,
like-
yeah.
For the time,
right.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He did, except again for the time. But here is the cartoon that everybody keeps referencing, and they're saying this is how Superman is supposed to be. I think again, Angry Beaver said it earlier. He is exactly an older Superman. I think the cartoon shows it well, but I just wanted to play it because a couple people were asking.
Yeah.
Should he fight? Okay.
I've got something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
He's going to be hard to replace in Highlander.
But Nicholas Hoult really also, I'm really looking forward to seeing him as Lex Luthor, because he said a couple of things about the character that even I had, like, I guess maybe internally I knew it, but I had never heard it vocalized. That two reasons why Lex Luthor does not like Superman. One is obviously Lex is a narcissist, and that's fine. But and that if Superman wasn't there, he would probably be the greatest man. But that Superman, in his view, is holding humanity back. That Superman may think that he's showing us the moral way and one day we'll follow you in the sun. But Lex Luthor's like, no. Humans can do that on their, led by me, of course, but humans can do that on their own, and Superman holds us back. And the other one is he looks at Superman the way Justin Bateman looks at AI, the way artists look at AI. Cheap, didn't deserve that strength, good looking chump in a cheap suit, that type of thing. really shows that he did the work to understand little nuances of the character and motivations.
Hold on.
Also, that Nicholas Hoult tried to be Superman twice and lost both times, and now he's playing Lex Luthor. That probably helps with a little bit of character.
Yeah, I have that interview. It was pretty interesting how they were both there at the same day auditioning.
Mhm. Yeah, I watched that.
I'll play that in a second. Hold on. I'm going to send the link to Nina. She's going to join us. There you go, Nina. I just sent it to you. And the popcorn buckets have come out. I know a lot of people keep asking for what are they going to be. We've gone through what Fantastic Foreskin's going to be. And then we also saw Verbal shared, I don't know, was that a popcorn bucket or a Donkey Kong weird?
Oh, yeah. That
I don't know what the hell that was. It didn't look like a bucket. So these are all of them.
It has a lot in common with the Doom bucket. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I get one of the cups.
It looks like a flashlight. Not this, but so here they are individually. I don't know if anybody's interested in these.
Some of them are pretty cool, man, but I'm not dropping $80 for a popcorn bucket.
Do you think these are going to be
Galactus? That's the Galactus one. That's the crazy one.
I like this one.
I like that one.
Like that one too.
But how much are these though? Like
I haven't found
probably
prices
40.
on them. I haven't found a price, but this is a cool one. Now this one I would like.
Actually, let me look at.
Yep, here it is. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the one I've been
Yeah, the
liking
popcorn
too.
machines are really cool. I like that one.
It doesn't have prices, so okay. Oh, okay.
See, I wonder if we'll be getting the popcorn bucket here too.
$14.90. Oh, that's pounds. Sorry,
Yeah, because they're
Tom.
all like UK things, and that's the only place I've seen the popcorn bucket one. Or the
Ask your
popcorn
friend if
machine
it's
one.
confirmed whether his mom made that damn suit or not. I need to know if she copied she copied the Justice
Shit.
Gang suits.
Oh, there it is.
I should have asked. That was one thing I didn't think to ask because I too had that same feeling. Is that his mom made the suit? Yeah,
Like because
I've
like, why
heard
do
he's
they
got
look
like
the
2 or 3
same?
suits in the movie.
We
So
made you one, Clark. Just he does because we've heard that too. Good.
yeah.
So what is $29.99 pounds
40
in
40
American
bucks.
dollars?
Yeah, it's
$40
like $40 ours.
$40.
Yeah.
So it's not the Fantastic Foreskin prices, but so it's still good.
No, it's not that
I'm not
big.
paying
I think it
$40
looks
for a
bigger
popcorn
than we think it is because if you compare it to the popcorn scale, like basically Superman is the handle,
Mhm.
and it's not like a real popcorn machine. It's just a little, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like it because it's got the he's doing the heat vision. Oh, what is this?
I like
Oh,
that one.
I know
I do.
too,
I do
yeah.
like that one too.
I
That
like
one's kinda
that. That's
cute, too,
probably my
yeah.
favorite
That's kind
one.
of cool. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Because most
Yeah.
likely I'll give it to my dog.
Yeah, that's what I would pick
Yeah.
for my dog. Oh,
That one's
see,
actually useful, or could be.
That one's
useful.
not too bad either. I like that one. Yeah.
Is
that
that
one's
a
pretty cool.
cape? Is that a cape? On the
Yeah, all the cups seem to have capes. Yeah.
I like that.
Kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, man, yeah, me too. Let's see.
Remember,
Oh,
no
wow.
capes.
No, that's the one I've been wanting that I couldn't get. The Mission Impossible one with the light.
Sad
Yeah,
part is
that-
I
that
think
was
that
pretty
bucket
cool.
was more popular than the movie was.
Well, it did
That's
cross.
awful.
It's coming up to 600 million, but I just don't think it's gonna.
It's not going to make its money.
No, I'm sorry.
That's the thing I was going to ask real quick. A quick side note, right? F1. I love the hell out of it. Badger also loved it. Did anybody else see it here?
I'm watching it
I'm
today
seeing it
after
after
the
the
show.
Okay, so here's
Yeah,
the
treat.
thing.
What a
It is-
treat.
you're gonna love it, Verbal. But here's the thing: I read that the budget was between 200 and 300 million.
I read
Yeah, I
that
read
too. That means it needs to make a lot.
Oh wow.
7.
But
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's Apple, right? Does Apple?
Yes. It's Apple.
But here's the thing. It is going to do very well overseas. Very well. Because
'Cause
F1
it's already
is
won
a huge
overseas.
sport overseas.
It's doing pretty well overseas, but
Yeah.
And
Wait a
Brad
minute.
Pitt's a movie star still.
Are they
Uh,
changing his outfit? Sorry.
No.
Wait a minute. Is he getting another costume in the film?
I know.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure there's an Arctic costume because we've seen the toys of that already, where it's like just a white version of the suit.
Okay, because this doesn't have.
And then we've seen so
padding.
much damage to the suit
Mhm.
that I think there's got to be at least one more other one.
They're all over
So-
the place with that suit though, because
Yeah.
some of them it looks tightened, on some of them it still looks baggy, on some
Yeah.
of them his like the
Mhm.
epaulets and the arm are far more pronounced, and on some of it it's I can't tell if that's a stunt suit, and it's
Gotcha.
And Badger's right. It would make sense if his mom made the suit because she probably would have had to make it out of like tractor tires and shit to be strong enough.
Mm.
So that's probably why it would look, and that would explain why it looks that way. And
Because
again,
it looks very similar to the Justice League. It has the same
Yeah.
lines here, the same knee lines, and it would make sense if the mom was like, "I made it like your friends, your super friends out there." Out your boots.
That's such a mom thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
We have some questions in the super chats. Bring them up, Fletcher, that pertain to Superman. Chimera for $2 Australian, 580 million max. Guns, not comic accurate soups. Thank you, Chimera, for sharing that.
It's 100% accurate to the comics. The Superman for all seasons, birth, like everything he's drawing from, it's in the comics. So that's just not a true statement. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's the one thing you got to give Gunn, man, is that he really pulls from the books.
He's a comic book nerd. Yeah.
Hold on, we got Nina and Infinity joining us. Hey, Nina.
Hey.
Hey, you guys. How you guys doing?
Doing well, doing well.
I
Black
came to bitch
Cane-
about Superman for a second.
Okay, come bitch. Black Cane for $5. Could it be meta where Gunn is trying to make Superman seem emotional in the marketing, just like Lex does in the movie? You know, Gunn can do a lot of stuff that most directors can't do. So it could be. That's a good question, Black Cane. That's a good question. Big D for $42.29 for 10 Canadian dollars. John Wick killed a lot of people over dog, and I loved him for it.
But okay, see, I have a problem with this statement.
John Wick is not like a hero. Like,
Thank you,
hero.
Stephanie.
He's my hero. Damn it.
Those movies are really good, and I'm a huge John Wick fan. But like, he's not really a hero like Superman.
Yeah, he's a human being. Superman's not a human being. He's a super human being. So you would think he would have super control of his emotions. The show that you guys just show.
Yeah, but he was raised by humans.
Super control of his emotions is not one of his powers.
It doesn't matter because in the end, he knows that's the whole point about his human upbringing, right? He knows that he's greater than human beings. Like he can kill them in an instant. Like he can look at them funny with his laser eyes and they can explode. The whole point is that he has to have super control of his emotions so he doesn't kill everybody. That's the entire point.
He didn't kill Lex, did he? He could
have. But he could have in like
course.
2 seconds. And he didn't even care about the guy that he like exploded the door over, because in the comic strip that everyone's posting, that is like, you know, he like explodes into the door. It's just him and Superman. And that clip that you guys just showed, it showed how restrained he is. That's the Superman that I like, where, you know,
but that's the older
Lex Luthor's
Superman.
going on and on.
Wouldn't you say, Nina, that's the older Superman, though? Because that's from the animated series where he's like...
I mean, sure, but it's like, are we going to ever get like an actual Superman that's like legit? Like he's not, you know...
Wait a minute. Even did you like Christopher Reeve? Did you like Christopher Reeve Superman?
Yes, I did.
Okay, remember how when he got angry, when Lois is in the car, she's dead, and he like screams, and then...
But it's Lois and she's dead. Like it's not some
Hey, if
random
someone
dog
kidnaps my
that he's
dog,
taking care of.
I would blow up a building.
Thank
someone messes with
God
my dog,
you're not
that's it.
Superman then. Thank God you're not Superman.
This turns into a circular argument. At the end of the day, he didn't kill anyone.
Hang on. My
he did
last
stop himself.
point though is actually what Steph was saying, because in reality, I actually have no problem with him being emotional or whatever. My problem is actually with the way they're promoting the movie. I don't like all these random clips just being released over and over out of context. Because in the context of things, when you're watching the movie, then yeah, you might be like, yeah, go Superman, get that dog back. Like fuck Lex Luthor. Like you should have killed him. Like in the moment when you're in the movie and you're watching the context of stuff, then you'll be like, yeah, sure. Like I can follow this line of thought. I could place myself in Superman's shoes, because you're being shown why you should place yourself in Superman's shoes. When it's these random clips, like there was another one just released that you guys haven't even talked about, I don't think, with the him going into the robot house and then being like, or like he sees the dog has destroyed his house in the ice palace.
It was at the Fortress of Solitude. It was at the end of the International.
And then like the robots are like, oh, we didn't know we had to take care of him. He's blah, 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 like that, like making some sort of joke. And then he's just like, oh my God, Crypto, you destroyed the place. Like, again, they're showing this other clip that you're like, okay, do we really need to be seeing this many clips from the movie where there's literally no mystery left?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I liked about the movie, was like the idea of not knowing anything. Like, oh, there's a new Superman. We don't know. We know it's not the Snyder version. We know James Gunn likes color. We know he's like, all these things. I love Lex Luthor, like Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, because the last one we had was freaking Jesse Eisenberg and he sucked. Like, so like seeing those kind of things excites you. But then you see all these different trickled clips, including 2 of him, specifically 2 of them being angry. Where you're like, okay, well, where's a clip where he's like what Steph said? Like, where is these heroic clips? Like, where is the ones that we want to actually see where Superman's saving people? But like, that's not what we're getting. We're getting this unhinged Superman.
Job. I agree with you, Nina. They've done a horrible job promoting it. Paula and my dear friend, for 125 Nicaraguan, I think it's dollars. If anybody killed my dog, John Wick would look like Mother Teresa compared to what I do. I agree with you, Paula. That's why I love you. I agree 100%.
I feel like that about my cat, but I'm not a super person. I feel like I would have control of myself if I was a super.
I was Superman, I'd blow the building up. I said that before.
You wouldn't care if there was like babies in that building.
I would
that
get
are
them all
asleep?
out. No. You don't kill them. You get them all out. Super speed. Zip, 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 zip. And then I'd just grab Lex and go up as high as the atmosphere. Are you breathing okay? Oh, are you still breathing okay? Oh, no. Okay,
That's more acceptable because at least you're just taking out the person, who committed the crime. You're not.
I wouldn't kill the people in the building. No. You get them out of there first, then blow up the building.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, of course.
Just cause millions of dollars worth of damage, but that's fine.
I might have destroyed a whole of Lex's building. There you go. Paula M for another 125. F1, 10 out of 10. Not so sure about the new Superman. Yeah, F1. Brilliant movie. It is worth it.
I want to see it.
Yes, it is worth your time. It is worth the money. A lot of people are going to say it was formulaic and cliche, but it is. It's perfectly so. And it's
it like kind of like Ford versus Ferrari? Because I love that movie.
It's
kind
of like Days of Thunder meets Top Gun.
Oh,
sold.
Yeah, it's Days of Thunder meets Top Gun Maverick. I love it from beginning till end. I don't think Badger there was any slow parts in it. I didn't think any moment was
it's long, but it was worth it. It
didn't feel
pretty
long
close to a perfect movie.
Yeah,
crazy.
I was surprised because I haven't seen Brad Pitt pull off something in a long time like this. I guess Bullet Train in a way,
He's a fully realized character in that one.
Yeah.
Sonny Hayes.
Well, Bullet Train was very good.
I like Bullet Train. Underrated.
It is underrated, but this is, I would say, much better than Bullet Train. Much better than Bullet Train. Janotsky for $2. I went from wait and see to hoping Soup bombs big time. I don't wish anything to bomb.
I don't want things to bomb.
Except for anything with Pedro Pascal, because I fucking hate Pedro. I do. I admit it. I don't hate him. I hate Pedro. And this week we got a double dose of Pedro. 2 Pedros petting Pedro.
I like how you call him Pedro.
I do. I can't because he irritates me. I would tell it to his face.
People, we dragged Rachel Zegler through the mud, man. and so much so that Disney basically stopped her from talking, right? Why aren't they doing that with Pedro Pascal? Why are they putting a muzzle on him right now?
Because
they have their biggest movie in the past 5 years coming out next month.
Verbal. The only reason they did that to Rachel Zegler was because of her Palestine tweet. It's the only reason they did that.
Yeah, but
Pedro hasn't said anything about Palestine. If he comes out and says justice for Palestine or some shit like that, you could bet your ass he's gonna get a talking down to.
This is their biggest movie in the past 5 years probably. They need this movie to succeed.
Talking about Fantastic Foreskin.
Yes. How are they not silencing this guy right now? I don't understand.
They've done the opposite. Vanity Fair, Variety. It's the cover. We need more Pedro. Pedro is it. Pedro backlash. Pedro here. Pedro there. Pedro. And now
I'm at the point now where if I get an early screening of it, I still might not even watch it. I'm getting to the point where I don't even care anymore.
Oh wait!
Did you see what he said? Did you see what he said recently about his casting?
Oh yeah, the backlash. Yeah. We're coming up to that. Let me finish this. Jump right into it. Fletcher, bring up the last one. Chimera for $2 Australian. Corin Sweat is Connor Kent, not Clark. I gotta think about that. I like Corin Sweat. He is a real human being and a nerd. Like he doesn't.
I wanted to hate him.
Oh yeah.
He does
I'm
not.
a Henry fan, but he made
I
me
love
like him.
Henry Cavill, but come on. Once you watch his video where he is literally listening to the soundtrack of Star Wars and it's just the music.
Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast and Battlefront. Yeah, he's a
you
nerd.
heard him? He is like nailing the dialogue per beat. And you're like, this guy is like us. He loves it. Thank you.
And people need to really kind of just understand that James Gunn was never going to make a Superman movie with Henry Cavill. And I've been beating that drum since the start. Because this started as a project like The Batman. And Gunn was offered Batman as well. He turned them both down. Yeah, he turned them both down. And then after Guardians 3, he took this on as a completely separate project. But while he was while he was developing Superman, this is when I kept saying they're courting him. They're whining and dining him. They want him to take over the DC universe, but he isn't sure he wants to.
Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, all of that.
Yeah, all that stuff came. Yeah, all that was all before he took over. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought because Cavill, which is after Christopher Reeve, one of my favorite Superman, I thought because he did the cameo on Black Adam, and then when he did the Instagram announcement
that was forced.
That's what
happened. He wanted
that was all with The Rock. Yeah.
Shazam. They wanted him to go in Shazam, and that he wanted that to count towards his allotted movies and give him the money and have it credit, and they didn't. So these are stunt double. So that pissed off, and he was basically out. And then The Rock, in his bid to take over, forced him in, and one of the executives said, "Yeah, go ahead and announce it." But obviously, Gunn had his own view, and if year 3 Superman can't be Henry. I love Henry. He's too old. He looks like he's not year 3.
Oh, I love Henry
Well,
Cavill.
and this is also,
Elseworlds. Give him an Elseworlds movie.
This is also what came between Henry Cavill and Danny Garcia. And for those who don't know who Danny Garcia is his former manager or agent or whatever. And she's also The Rock's agent and former wife.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So this whole thing was like a coordinated thing between those two. And it was like a big old promise to Henry. And as soon as that shit all fell through, he fired her ass.
He did. He fired her.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotcha.
By the way, Tom, don't you bite me, bro.
I will bite you twice.
Bite me.
He said he'd bite you
He's gonna
twice.
bite you twice. Yeah.
twice hard. Look.
Twice as hard.
By the way, twice as hard. Look, by the way, you guys forget one important detail.
Yep.
After he bit her, he tried to kiss it better. So you guys, like, that's a really important detail that you guys left out.
Real quick about Henry and David, because someone said there he's only a few years old. No, he's not. Henry is literally 10 years older than David Cornsweet.
He doesn't look it.
Polar opposite versions of Superman,
It's
literally.
because Henry Cavill is so hot. That's why everyone.
And he's a nerd, and he cares about lore and comics, and he keeps.
He looks
getting
like a
screwed
good
over.
human being. Like he comes across like a real decent human being.
I mean,
But that's
like
the thing-
he
the thing
really
is that
should
they
be
both
Bond
do.
now.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna get
all
Tom
of
Holland.
all of the behind the scenes, like little featurettes that they've been putting out, feature with David Cornsweet. I've loved them all.
Yes.
He's such a likable guy.
Yes.
Henry was born in 1983.
And when was
Cornsweet was born in 1993. I'm not a
Okay.
math wizard.
All right, let's finish
such
these
a
off.
baby.
Black Cane for $2. Mickey eats dog, so he doesn't get it. Gotcha.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Shout out
Oh,
Epic
no.
Mike.
Thank you, Black Cane. Eric K, King of the Mons for $2. Verbal did not bring an AVN doll to a Diddy party. You know
Oh
what?
no!
You guys are creating this lore, man. I don't know.
I actually have a picture.
I'm pushing it. I don't care. I'm pushing
I
it
did
more.
look at AVNs. I did not go to Diddy's party.
You did go to Diddy parties. You said it.
A month ago, Verbal and I were talking when it was Verbal, Tom, and I on.
I thought that's where you met Bill Cosby.
Wait a minute, on Slayer Unchained. It was a Wednesday a month ago,
He
and
said he was a lovely man at the time.
Verbal shared something beautiful. Didn't you have a night where you met Leonardo DiCaprio?
It was a weird night. We had an exchange. That was it.
Dante's too old for Leo.
An exchange of fluids, or
what does that mean?
Exchange of words.
Because I found a
At the Diddy
picture
party?
of. Because I
How
found
dare
a
you.
picture. I found a
At the Diddy
picture
party,
of
'cause
Leonardo.
that's where
when
Leo
the
likes to
whores
go.
come in.
One
That's where
time,
he
I found a-
hangs.
It was the early 90s.
Were you wearing all white?
Were you wearing all white? Yeah.
Crazy.
is that actually Alan?
Yeah,
I think so. Meaning the
Hey.
Merciless for $5. Remember,
Yeah,
Nick Cage was
$69.
on there. Yep. Stoic man who loses his emotions. He went to jail.
Why didn't you just put the bunny down?
Thank you, Alan.
An entanglement. Somebody said in the chat.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I remember Malkovich was great in that too. Van Cusick before he went crazy. Van Dutch 87 for $10. Did everyone forget the scene in BVS where Cavill runs an African warlord through a brick wall? I thought it was a great scene. Did everyone forget the scene in BVS where Cavill? Yes.
I don't think he meant to say it twice.
Is he implying?
Okay.
Is he implying that he killed him because
No.
Cavill had his hand out? The hand broke the wall, and he flew out with the guy.
Yeah.
And kill him.
Yeah, he didn't kill him. I don't think. Yeah, he didn't. All
He didn't drop
righty.
him? That was the
Got
point
it.
of the Zod ending. Is that after that he never kills anyone ever again because he was so see the scream and the emotions that everyone says he doesn't have. Yeah.
I still don't have a problem with him killing Zod. My issue
I
was
don't-
is
I
that he
don't
waited
either.
so fucking long that tens of thousands of people were killed, and then he finally decides to do it over the fucking Brady Bunch. It's like, motherfucker, how many people have died? And now all of a sudden you're like, maybe I should kill this guy. It's like, yeah, you should have done that like 30 minutes ago. Like,
Yeah, me too. I didn't have a problem with that either. I was like, see, in the context of things, you're like, well, I guess I can understand why you don't want to kill this guy. You just
after the first
killed
building
billions of
fell,
people.
you should have killed him. Exactly, yeah.
All righty, now we're gonna go talk about Pedro.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yes, because he got 2 big articles this week. They are pushing him like crazy. One, we had Vanity
I'm
Fair.
sure Variety loves him.
I think they're on like this campaign to help his career. Because have you not noticed there's been a bunch of these, you know, like even Robert Downey Jr. is like, you know, he's a star and we're so lucky to have him kind of bullshit.
Robert's body.
Really? I didn't
You see the
Spike
video with
Jones and
Riri?
some other people have been coming out
Yeah,
saying
Spike
the same
Jones.
kind
That's
of
the one
shit.
that got me, man.
I'm like,
Really?
okay,
I
this
didn't
is starting.
see
This is
that.
a
Face of
pattern. There's a
masculinity? Like
campaign.
what?
Yeah.
Pedro
Yes,
Pascal
oh.
is what happens when you take all the masculinity out of a man.
The
Like, why are they
Lord,
calling
man.
him the
This
they
is
say
the
this
new
dude is
face
the new
of
face of
Hollywood's
masculinity. I
masculinity.
said,
This
what?
is yeah.
Yes.
This
Wait
is
till
Hollywood's
you-
version of masculinity now. Is Pedro Pascal? He is the face of
Unfortunately.
Hollywood masculinity.
Unfortunately, but it gets worse. I'm not going to pay for the damn article, but I think the first line says it all. To his friends and family, he's Pepelo, PP, Pedders, and Peds.
Headers? Oh
Heads?
no.
Heads?
Heads? Bro.
They said
Hollywood
Heads?
Peds.
Oh my
Heads.
god.
Holy shit.
Him and
You know what's nickname
Zendaya.
you never want to have?
Ones.
Heads.
That's one of his many nicknames, PP, Pedders, and Peds. And then, of course, we also
I'm
have...
gonna
all
start
very
calling
masculine
you
names.
guys. I'm gonna start calling him Peds from now on. It's
Yeah,
done.
oh, he's
It's
always
a
going to
done
be Peds
deal.
now.
Pedro Peds. Pedro
Gotta
the
love
Peds.
Pedro Peds Petty.
I like Pedro the Peds. Yeah, Pedro Peds. It's his nickname.
Wow.
Hi, Ron. How you doing? Great to see you, my friend. There you go. I'm gonna need a lawyer after I call Pedro Peds. Anyway,
You called him what like they
That's
said
what
is
they
his
call him.
I
nickname.
know, they called him
literally
Peds. I
publicly
said-
say that.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
the
we
family
have
call him.
Pedro the Ped. Peds, his nickname.
Peds.
Again. Pedro says, I'm more aware of backlash over fantastic forecasting than anything I've ever done. He's too old. He's not right. He needs to shave. He goes on and on. And in the article, he also attacks J.K. Rowling, who J.K. Rowling came back with a great comeback.
she did.
She always
Yeah,
does.
he did.
Always
She
does.
did.
Brilliant. So I'm going to share
You
You
with
never
gotta
want
learn
to
to leave
come
her
for J.K.
alone.
Rowling.
Hell no. J.K. Rowling will chew you up and spit you out. I just had it here. So
Yeah.
Pedro is saying that he doesn't understand. Everybody is against him, and it's for this role. He never thought it would, divide everyone. Here it is. Here is J.K. Rowling putting Pedro in his place. That kind of goes together. Pedro. in
Fucking
his place.
freaking Peds. He's at it again.
Yes. He said he couldn't stand her, and she says, can't say I feel very shut down. But keep at it, Pedro. God loves a trier.
I'm sorry, wait, is Gaiety a magazine or something?
Gaiety
I
is
guess.
yes. Gaiety is I went to the website just to make sure. Yes, Gaiety is undoubtedly an unbiased website.
But he's not gay, guys.
No.
He's not gay at all.
Not
He's
at
just-
all.
He's
No.
just part of Gay T magazine. He's
He likes
He's just
looking
very
He's
glow.
not
secure in
gay.
his masculinity, right?
Yeah, he likes licking glow sticks for no reason. Mr.
Want to see what it
P.
tastes like.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Plus, we also had this. Did anybody pay attention to the fact that Jeff Bezos was just married?
Yeah.
What did she do to her
I
face?
saw his wedding.
Oh, I saw
She
all
was
the
so
celebrities
attractive.
going to his wedding.
Lauren
or something.
Sanchez used to be so hot.
Really?
Like she was in Bruce
Oh,
Almighty.
man,
or
back when she was a newscaster?
Just stop.
Yeah, she used to
butchering
be
your
really
faces.
hot. Now she looks like an alien. like
Okay,
the
she
rest of them.
looks like a human lampshade here. This was
Looks
in Venice.
creepy.
So I don't know what that is that he married. Maybe it's Pedro's brother who transitioned. I don't know. Who, by the way,
what's wrong with her ribs?
I don't.
They're
That's
called
what I
a
just said.
corset. It's a corset, yeah. That's why
Okay.
she's standing like that. She probably can barely move in that.
She probably can't breathe.
That's
How
why
do you
she's
breathe?
going. That's why she's standing like this. It's because she can't move. Like,
Yeah, she
she's
can't move.
literally like
Wow.
this. It's because she can't move and she can't breathe.
Can't move, breathe, bend over, nothing.
Yeah.
Why not just wear Spanx or something, right? I mean,
Because what's her name?
No, well, the
is it?
Spanx don't give you that shape. That's why
Hourglass.
they do the.
You want that
the
cinched
hourglass.
waist.
Yeah,
yeah, but to the point where you can't breathe.
that's
Yeah,
right.
women wear them all the
It's called
time.
fashion.
Yeah.
Yes,
Man,
but how do you literally
you ladies
breathe?
do, man? Got to give you
Have you
props.
guys not seen fashion in like the Victorian era where they would like?
Yeah, but that was back before technology. I mean,
I want you breaking ribs when you put your dress on, and I don't
I
want
can
you to be
tell
able
you-
to sit down. You slide right on the ground.
Unfortunately, verbal corset technology has not quite evolved that much. It's just
It hasn't.
it's like-
Women now still wear the corsets to get
Yep.
that hourglass figure. They'll still wear them
That's
in order to
insane.
morph their bodies. Yeah.
I like the way used to look in Victoria's Secret magazines before they put dudes in them, but so
yeah, but those weren't like real corsets, right? I mean,
they looked like it.
they were like Victoria's Secret corsets.
But I like the look, is what I'm saying.
He likes the classy stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So
The
here
soft
is-
core.
You like Emmanuel and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Manuel's good.
George is a romantic.
Quasi, yeah, absolutely. Playboy style.
curdle.
romantic, yeah. Here is the Fantastic
If
Four.
it's French, he's all for it.
French. Yeah. Oh my God. Here's the Fantastic Four skins latest, or should be its last trailer, but it's its
Did you
latest.
just say foreskins?
Yeah, because I can't stand the damn thing.
Fantastic foreskin.
Oh wow.
Around the world, please welcome the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic.
Do y'all notice how
Wait, go back. Can we see that again? Like
They do not
Was
feel
he
confident about his stretching. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
because they're
not
barely
showing-
going to show it.
It doesn't
I
look
didn't
good.
see shit.
Yeah, it's barely.
there's
That's
a
what I was
stretch.
just going to say. They do not show him doing the stretchy.
Yeah, we're not
Arms.
going to get the real Reed Richards in this movie.
You see his arm?
Oh, it
That's
was just like some arm.
Not going to turn into a giant ball or
his
you know.
body kind of stretches a little bit to soften his landing as well. Yeah. See.
We're not going to see the giant
Oh
fist.
my god, this is so lame. That was the lamest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
oh
we're
my
not
God.
getting Reed Richards.
They couldn't even like do like a super long stretch of his leg, like like he's like stretching himself above and then just steps over the fence. Like
Which
that
is
would
crazy
be
because we just had
fucking
one
hilarious.
piece. We just had one piece which did it very well.
Yes, it did. They could. Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
Monkey D. Luffy. They are just showing.
They
who
actually
are.
made that work. So
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Invisible Woman. Human Torch.
I love you, Johnny.
And the Thing.
Hey, what time is it? Say the thing.
That's not really something I say.
Okay, is it me or is he looking more and more like Thanos in the face in these clips?
I still don't like the look of it. I know everybody does, but I just don't.
I don't like it either, man.
I don't-
There's
I don't
something
mind
about it
it.
that I can't put my finger on. I don't like. Like his head is too small or something.
The voice is wrong. Number one, it doesn't sound like Ben.
well, there's
Grimm.
besides the voice, there's something wrong with his face, and there's just something about it that's not working. Like I'm glad they've got the
Can we go to a close
eyebrows.
up? Yeah.
the eyebrows, but
the
yeah, like they're
eyebrows.
the rest of it just something doesn't look quite right. He reminds me of fucking Jackie Earl Haley as Freddy Krueger in the Nightmare on
Yes.
Elm Street remake.
Yes.
That's a good point. I didn't even see it. Now I see it.
And I put
Now
that up
on
there
the
like the
nose.
side by side when they first came out, and I'm like, that's what it feels like to me. It's just like
Yeah, he looks more
Yeah,
robotic.
his face doesn't look like. I mean, it looks like rock, but it's not like it's
Yeah.
like there's something like it's smoothed it out or
His
something.
jaw
Like,
is
he's
too
more
small,
stone.
too.
He looks like he's got like melted wax. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't look rocky. That's
Yeah.
the issue.
Good point. And the voice does not help.
Not really something I
But like
say.
his jaw is not big enough. See, look at the jaw on this figure. I know it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of hard to focus in, but like he's got a very protruding jaw.
Let
Like, and
me-
I think that's part of what it is we're missing the jaw. See,
Oh, yeah.
But we're gonna see
maybe.
it in a minute. And tell
Yeah,
me
it's
if you
really-
don't tell me in a minute if y'all don't see Thanos when Torch is flying with him or carrying him.
It's clobbering time.
That's just in the cartoon. Never late for Sunday dinner. Let's eat.
Hey, what time is it?
It's dinner time. Get inside.
Here comes Smurfette.
Oh, she's pregnant in
Harold
this game.
is beginning.
The whole plot
Yeah.
is leaked online too.
A lot of time is passing in this movie.
I do like the car. That's about it.
Oh, I love their car.
The car is
Yeah.
great. That's
Yeah.
like the only thing I like about this whole trailer was the car.
Yep.
Harold, your end. I, Harold. Galactus.
I think they got some
What is
major
that?
inspiration for her from Aaliyah in Star Trek: The Motion Picture. And after
Really?
hearing her voice, I almost wish they'd have just made her bald, like Aaliyah. They have the same kind of purpose too, if you think about it, because Aaliyah is the drone that's talking for V'ger,
For V'ger.
right? And she's
that's
basically
right.
talking for Galactus. Yeah,
And she was pretty hot too. I remember when she was bald, and I was like, "Wow, she's
Yeah.
she's hot."
Boy, what do you think Galactus wants?
Yeah.
No, being serious. Guess what he wants?
What?
Like
Say it again?
generally speaking.
Yeah, because it's not the planet. What do you
Yeah.
think?
it's the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that, okay.
Bambino.
Because she promised him the baby in outer space or whatever it was.
And
yeah.
reportedly, there's a year gap between this encounter and whatever they end up doing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a
didn't know that.
long gap in this movie.
I mean, obviously we know like Pedro Pascal's Pedro
Heads.
Pence.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pedro Pence is gonna die probably, and then like Sue's gonna become the leader.
Honestly,
They're
the
gonna
new
bring
rumor,
back-
plot leak.
I was going to say the new rumor is saying that it's Sue that dies. Is that what you were going to say, Badger? Or?
I mean, I won't say who, but yeah, clearly someone does die and is brought
Uh-huh.
back by baby Franklin's magic space powers, which is the whole MacGuffin.
Oh wow.
No.
All right, we'll finish this.
Galactus spaceship.
Oh, there it is.
Are we safe?
I don't know.
The clock is ticking. We are going to find a solution. We are going to make it right.
You don't want to
See,
just
this is why
brush
I
him
like.
like that.
This is why I don't like modern trailers, right? Because you're setting up that she's pregnant, and then you're showing the baby. So there's no like we don't know like there's this is I hate modern trailers, man. There's no curiosity. There's no ambiguity. You're already showing that like there's no stakes. You're already that like oh she's gonna be
They're giving
fine.
you the
She's
whole
gonna
story.
give birth.
They
Everything's
ruined
gonna
that
be
in
fine.
Thunderbolts. At the end of the
Yeah.
movie, it shows the Fantastic Four ship.
The
so
ship.
it's like, I know no
Yeah.
matter what happens in this film, at the end of it, they got on a spaceship and come to our universe.
Yep. They
Well,
should
I
have
mean,
never
I
shown it.
haven't seen
Yeah.
Thunderbolts, so like you gotta.
It might
think
be
about
Dr.
other
Doom in
people who
that
haven't
ship
seen
too.
it.
We don't know.
A lot of
yet.
people are saying that it could be Doctor Doom.
Yeah, it could be Dr. Doom. Yeah.
You don't want to waste your time with Thunder Hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch Thunderbolts. It's not-
I'm getting to the point where I don't waste my time with anything Marvel except for like these main features. And even this, I'm just going because it's like out of obligation.
I just feel like they're purposely trying to destroy everything. You foreskin, iron hole, the thunder hugs. It's all this shit.
Well, I'm starting to worry that Ironheart has something to do with this.
Really?
Because there's some people now saying that the whole magic being introduced in Ironheart is so that she can fight Dr. Doom
No way.
Yeah.
in Doomsday.
I've heard that.
Oh,
I hope that's the case.
So if that's the case, then that would
Oh,
answer
so there's
why
like-
they
so
didn't
there's
shit
like-
can this thing.
So there's black girl magic in it, you guys. Black girl magic.
Literally black girl magic.
Yeah, black girl magic.
Oh my god! Wow.
I only hope
You
this is
don't
true
say.
because I want this to go down in flames. Like, just bring it all out. I want Kamala Khan. I want Riri Williams. I want the whole bunch to beat Dr. Doom.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Get him in there.
Yeah.
Don't forget Kate Bishop.
That's to make their failure complete.
Your failure is complete. Yeah.
Don't forget Echo. She's gonna show
gotta
up
be
too.
Echo.
Oh yeah, Echo.
great.
Don't forget Wicked.
Yeah, the hippity hoppity. Wow. Hippity hoppy's gonna be Dr.
You know
Doom.
what? Throw in Agatha for good measure.
Agatha and Wiccan, they got to, man.
She could just flash her ass and Dr. Doom will fucking have a stroke. Like we did in that first episode, which was like, what are you doing, lady? It's fucking.
That was nasty.
The four of us will face the danger. We will protect you.
It's all him. It's all him.
Yeah. Wow.
Because out of all the actors, I think he's the one with the most clout. That's why it's all him.
I just
But I also think it's like one of those things. What's it called? Like a red herring. Like all the trailers like focused on him, and then like within 5 minutes he's gonna die, and Stu's gonna become the leader, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, I thought it was gonna be Reed Richards." That was like the main thing of this movie, and it's gonna be
Most
like,
of the
"Oh no, he's
trailers
not
have
even
not
in it."
focused on him. They've mostly focused on her, Sue.
Yeah, they've already
and
said
talking about how
this is Sue's
inspirational they
movie.
are. Yeah,
They've already said it. They said it
This
outright. The executive producer said this is Sue's movie.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
described as
they-
the UN Secretary General.
They did say that.
Yep.
She's the head of the Future Foundation.
It's supposed to be the ending. You had Grace Randolph even shared it a little while ago. We talked about it 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's Silver Smurfette and Reed, and Invisible Girl and the baby who save everything while the dudes are in the background.
I love how much it pains Grace Randolph to say MCU. Like you can see the pain in her face every time she says it.
Yep.
Yeah, she probably. Oh, I can't say.
Why is she say it this time? Like any
She was
particular
angry.
reason?
Yeah, because it's
She's
sucks.
like, she's acknowledging it. It's a real thing. It's like
Yeah.
it really is the MCU, and she can't
Oh
stand
my
it.
god,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
She even
she's been
says, "I
pushing
hate to
against it
say
for a
it,
long
but-"
time, but now she actually sees it. It's like the light bulb moment, and she actually hates the fact that like she's been pushing against it for such a long time, saying that like, oh, it's just a false narrative. And when she actually realizes that, yeah, it is true.
The toxic
shit.
fans and
Yeah,
the
that was
toxic
her whole
dude
point.
bros were
That's
right.
funny.
That's what she has to say. The toxic dude bros were all right. This is the MCU.
Yep.
All the dudes that she
Did Grace say this week?
Sorry, somebody said Grace.
Yeah.
You know, I've turned a weird leaf on Grace Randolph because I used to call her a shill, which she
She
wasn't
was.
acting like one, but I don't think she's a shill. I do think she's a true believer. She's crazy. She's batshit as all get out, but I think there is a real critic in there somewhere that she has to play off. Right? She can't be like real because otherwise she'll lose all the goodies. She'll lose.
I
the
kind of
perk.
agree with you because
Yeah.
she didn't she come out recently and say like she's gonna stop reviewing. I think what was one of the
The
Star
Last of
Wars
Us.
ones. Oh, was it Last of Us? Is that what it
Yeah.
was? She was like, I'm just gonna stop reviewing it now because like I hate it and I have nothing nice to say. So I'm
Is it
just
because
not
they
gonna
killed
review it
off
anymore.
Pedro?
Yeah, it is. It
I
actually
can't stand when
is.
critics do that shit, man. Like if you're a critic, criticize all of it. Don't just criticize the shit you like. Criticize what you don't like.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, man, nah, this is trash, and I'm gonna call it trash because they don't want to sound like us. That's the problem. We'll call
Yeah.
it out good, bad, or whatever. It's like, hey, this is great. Hey, this is trash. I prefer critics that will play it straight down the line. But when you
Yeah,
have
because
people that are dipping
if
out,
they
like,
do,
you know what?
then-
Go
Because
ahead.
if they do, then they're catering to us, right? They're catering to the rage mob, right?
Well,
But
it has
they're
less
being
to do with
honest.
that. It has less to do with that and more to do with they're worried about their access being taken away. That's
Yeah.
why Grace walks the line she does. Let's be real, because
Yeah.
all these guys do the same thing. It's because they know if they say the wrong thing, they're going to lose access. They can only take things so far.
Right.
With before,
And
if they
that's why
quit-
though,
Well,
but that's why
not only
she's
are they
not
going
saying
to-
anything.
And not only
What?
would they lose their access, but they would also, I get, like, for lack of better way to describe it, lose the respect of their audience
Right.
because their audience would be like, oh, so now you're just going to make outrage content. You're no better than all of those people that you used to hate.
Right.
So,
But you
Just
guys
be
remember,
honest.
like back in the day,
Be honest.
like a Siskel and Ebert, they gave you honest, like this is how I feel about the movie, good, bad, or whatever. And we had the whole thumbs up, thumbs down. And it was like, all right, sometimes they like a movie, sometimes they don't like a movie. They'll just tell you how they feel. I feel like critics got to get back to doing that because a lot of them, they'll just sing the praises of everything.
Dude, we're already doing that. We already give our honest opinion. That whole rage mob thing is bullshit. That's something that they made up.
No, and
because
that's
they
the
want a
problem.
shield.
Because they don't want to give us the power back. See, what you're talking about, DA, is that, Siskel and Ebert had the power in their hands.
Yep.
See, that's the thing. And the studios used to be scared shitless of them, not the other fucking way around. Right? Like, they were more worried about Gene or Roger giving them a thumbs down, because that means their chances, they could put the 2 thumbs up on their fucking poster then. That would be, oh, fuck. That's like the Rotten Tomatoes thing now. Only they can manipulate the fuck out of that.
Yeah, they especially cared if is the other, not Siskel, Ebert was the one giving them a thumbs out, because Ebert would give a thumbs up to everything. So the second he was like thumbs out, that movie was dead.
Well, not just that, Nina, he was
oh,
technically the more respectable of the two, and that's because he actually won a Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah.
So like that was the whole thing. So he was kind of the one that had the more prestige angle to him, to where if he said something about it, you're right. Like that would make people notice if Roger Ebert said this was a bad fucking movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they were even owned technically by Disney for years. But they flat out, when their show was bought out, they flat out told Disney, we are not going to cater to you. We will give your movies honest opinions. And if you don't like it, tough shit, then that's the deal. And they were like, nope, we're hands off. You do what you do. We're going to leave it be. We just want to be a part of this thing.
But that's why everybody respected him. That's why everybody respected him. Richard Roper, I think he sold out a couple of times.
Oh, easily. Yeah, he did.
Sort of. He's in that line of, see, he's where he's at now, is he's got to maintain that fucking, that access.
But he
right?
did,
because before he didn't, but yeah.
But Siskel and Ebert never did. People were terrified of them.
Yeah.
I liked Siskel and Ebert.
But that kept
because they didn't care about access back then. It was just or access. It was just about them doing their job.
The love of the movies.
Yeah.
Right?
It was
YouTubers care about that shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they do. Unfortunately, but that's why everybody we know, they say, ancient Greek saying, show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Everybody I know says it like it is. Truth. You hang out with people who are truthful, you have a good life, everything's great. You hang out with the Randolph.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I went into Ironheart really, honestly, not saying I wanted to like it, but I went in with a blank slate. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll surprise me. Maybe it might be good. Now, obviously, 10 minutes in, that all went to shit. But I went in with wanting to be fair about it. And even in my video, I did give it like legit criticism. Like I said, I gave it some praise. I said that I think Anthony Ramos is a good actor. I think Manny. Whatever, the guy who plays his cousin, I've seen him in other things. Great actor.
Who's the girl?
Dominique Thorne is actually a good actress. I've seen her in other things. The problem is they were given a shitty script, a shitty story.
Who is the girl that acts like a dude who sounds like a girl and keeps throwing everybody around?
Slug?
Oh no! You're talking about
one of the siblings. Then
is it
the trans
lesbian
one?
siblings?
The lesbian sister,
lesbian
fighters.
Even though one is, they're both female. Fuck it, but
it's modernity.
I think one is trans.
I have no idea. It just had.
It's a trans. It's a biological chick who thinks she's a chick, who thinks she's a guy, who still likes chicks.
Right.
Yeah.
But what's odd is we just saw that whatever last week. Remember that girl who knew Krav Maga and was like, I can throw you around a bit on that black guy.
Yeah.
I was like, so when I was watching IronHole, I'm like, you're doing the same shit with it's been disproven. Come on.
IronHole.
I can't stand.
I haven't watched the show yet. So that being said,
I haven't either. I don't know what.
What I love is watching in the trailers how they keep trying to justify her being a criminal, and it's like, are they that self-unaware that they do not realize what they're doing, that the stereotypes they're feeding into?
She's totally the least likable of all the people. She's
Tom, you don't understand her genius, Tom. That's all.
She is a genius. You're right.
Here's the first 8 seconds of IronHole, and we'll take everybody. We'll go around real quick because some people have to leave, and what everybody thinks who's seen it. But this is the opening.
Is she gonna live by like in a van down by the river like Batgirl? Because that was funny.
Oh God, that would be hilarious. No. Nope. She's gonna.
Here we go. Okay. Just to let you know, your girl finna be bigger than Jobs. Right. Bigger than Gates. Right. Bigger than Pim. Right. Bigger than Stark. Yeah. Combined. Here we go.
I'm sorry. The whole thing starts off shitty. You're talking about she's going to MIT, gets kicked out of MIT because she sells shit. Disney, I swear, must be the biggest racist on the planet. Think about it, what they're portraying. Here we're going to create a character that we want to give to the black community so they can look up to. But what we're saying is that she's a thief.
Don't forget her friend killed in a drive-by because that wasn't on the nose enough.
What?
Yeah, I know. It just... It's cringe.
What are they doing, Verbal?
Well, not only
What is
that, but
happening?
like the message that they're sending across is the only way that you can, or the only way that you're able to achieve anything is
Right.
by stealing it and
that
not
all
putting any work,
she
taking the
mentioned
easy way,
stole.
the shortcut. That's the fast track. Like that. That's pretty much the message of Ironheart. All while
So
like being
she's a
completely
thief?
ungrateful. It's like you,
Yeah,
you
like
have
we're
to.
regressing.
What was the second episode? Demand. Everything is demanded. Nothing is earned. Demand respect. Don't earn respect.
Oh, good. And who was I didn't know Dennis Rodman was hired in this.
What?
No, you didn't
Slug.
see
We
the
talk about
Slug.
Drag queen.
No, we're totally going backwards. In the 80s, we had the Huxtables, as a
Yes.
family, like
Doctors and
positive black
lawyers.
role models.
Mhm.
We even had Family Matters, more working class, but again, positive. And now we're regressing all the way to single moms, hood rats, stealing shit, drive-by
You
shootings.
forgot
Like,
Fresh Prince, too.
This is the black community, folks. This is where we are with it. And it's
Here-
it's frustrating.
Okay, so the thing that bugged me the most about the show, besides everything, was the simple question of this. If you're a genius, right? If you're the smartest black woman in the world, let's just put it out there, right? I mean, she's not.
Smartest person,
but they want us to think
They
this,
set
right?
her up to be, yeah.
Why would you be broke ever if you
Yeah.
were the smartest person in the fucking world?
Just write one line of code for one company and you'd be done.
Why?
But she answered that. Remember when she's sitting on the couch, the MIT, the dean, when she's like, "You want to make me small? I don't want to
Nice.
work for Silicon Valley or
I'll steal
You need a
It's
challenge.
it's because of systemic racism. Hello.
Yeah.
Come
Of course
on,
it
you
is.
guys. Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
She even
She
tells
wants to
that.
be iconic. You can't be iconic if you're just writing a single line of code and all of that and getting money to your family. You can't be iconic like that. Come on, yeah.
Let me fly the only Iron Man suit around committing crime and then hope they don't connect it to me.
Yeah, hope nobody notices.
Oh
And
my
it's so
God.
easy.
This
It's so
show is
easy
the
to make
dumbest
these
show I-
characters likable too.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
understand
dumb.
how they don't. And I mean, I've pitched this a million times. Like my version of this is so much better in my opinion. All you have to do is have Robert Downey Jr. when, back in the day, you could do a flashback, right? And you have Robert Downey Jr., how he actually does give out like the prosthetic limbs to kids and stuff
Heck,
at hospitals.
yeah.
You actually have him as Tony Stark doing the same thing. This little girl comes up, tugs on his shirt and says, "Mr. Stark, do you have a brand new heart in your special magic case there for me? Because I got a bad heart." Tony breaks down, goes home, creates her a brand new heart just like his. And then years later, after he's, mentored her and sent her through MIT and all that other business, after he dies, after Endgame, this big crate shows up on her front step, and inside is an Ironheart suit, and inside the suit is inscribed, "You are my Ironheart, Tony Stark."
Aw.
Better.
That would be better than whatever the fuck this
Better than
is.
what we got.
Better.
That is so sweet. Unfortunately, this character does not like white people.
Exactly.
And
That's
she
the
does
problem.
not
Steph.
look up to Tony Stark at all.
They can't do the version I just said. That's
The biggest crime about the
Oh
show,
my
and you guys are going
God.
to find out. You guys are going to find out this week. But Sacha Baron Cohen is so good. He is
Really?
so good.
Well,
Oh my
yeah, I
God!
saw the
I'm like,
clip
they
of him.
wasted Mephisto for this show, especially
Yeah.
the way he's portraying him.
Yeah, I saw a
Hey,
clip
George,
of him
I gotta
going
take
around,
off,
and
man.
it looked
Okay.
great.
All right, let's bring up DA so you can tell
For
everybody where to
Ironheart,
find you.
that's where he's gonna be. Sorry.
Mhm.
Oh, hell no.
One
I'm going to
second.
see F1.
He's
I'm
going to
about
see
to go
F1,
run and
not
check out
Ironhole. Ironhole, no, F1. All right, DA, thank you for coming. We'll see you next Sunday. Please tell everybody where they can find you, what you got coming up next.
Yeah, my channel, Derek Anderson, the DA, just crossed 29,000 subs. So thank you, everybody out there in Slayer Nation, for helping me with that. I will be going live with the DA's office tonight. We'll be chopping it up, talking about all of these wonderful topics. I will have an F1 review as well up. So everybody go and check that out. And thanks, George. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. I think also, Steph, you have to go, or is it Badger?
Well.
Okay.
Sorry, too.
All right. Well, outro both of you, and then we're going to wrap up here in a few minutes. Well, there you go. Okay. Badger, thank you for showing up. Please tell everybody where they can find you. What you got coming up.
Appreciate you. Yeah. The Angry Badger. We just passed 9,000. So thank you. And then every Monday, Film Threat versus. So we'll have that tomorrow. I think just Alan is hosting because Chris is out of town. And I stream every day. So appreciate you.
Beautiful.
So I guess
you got to come back.
You're not nearly as angry as I thought you were going to be.
It takes a special topic and then
I didn't piss him off today.
Yeah, I'm pretty balanced.
Watch this. The Batman sucks.
How dare you? I can't wait for that second one. Yeah. No. Shout out, Tom.
You're too funny.
My ally today. All right. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Nice.
Have a great week.
I guess.
And Steph, you got to get going too?
I do. I have a stream.
Oh, you have your video game stream, right?
Yes.
What are you guys playing now?
We're playing Peak.
Peak? Haven't heard of it.
Absolute Peak Gaming.
Oh, aren't you going to play that game where you get to steal everything, all the African treasures?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, whenever that comes out, I want to play that.
Reloaded? Was it Relooted or Reloaded?
Reloaded. The most racist video game ever made.
It is. It's like insane. Thank you, Steph. Always love having you here. Please tell everybody where they can find you, what you're going to do next.
Yeah, My Nerdy Home on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, everywhere pretty much. But yeah, I do have a stream later on today, Gaming with Disbrew, and then after that, I have Talk Nerdy over on my channel where we pretty much go over almost all of the topics that we have here, and even some more because I cover TikTok news as well. So yeah, come and hang out. Thanks so much for having me, George. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. And Nina.
See you, Steph. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you so much. Nina, please tell everybody where they can find you, and you got to come back soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I kind of crashed today because I was like listening to you guys while I was getting ready. And then I was like, I got to go on and talk to Tom about biting people. Stop biting people. It's not, no, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I was hungry.
I know.
Take a little bite. It's okay. No.
Just a bite. And then kiss it better. That was the funniest part to me. But thank you everyone for joining George's stream. Obviously, check out my channel, Nina Infinity, and I do good news Fridays. So if you're like just just hopeless, like Verbal Riot here about Marvel shows, come hang out with me and let me remind you that there's still good in humanity and there's cute animals and things like that. And then on Wednesdays we'll talk about the other stuff. Thank you everyone for everything.
I gotta send you a video then of a guy being hugged by a monkey that he saved. Have you seen?
Oh my god, I saw that. It was so cute.
I was like, I tagged it so I could send it to you.
Oh my god, it was so cute. I was dying. Thank you, everyone. See you later. Bye, George.
Bye bye. Two more things and then we're out of here. I had to share this. I have to share this with you, Verbal. 3 weeks ago, you remember you posted on X that white girl who was rapping? She had you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I absolutely do know. Yes. She's a country rapper.
Well, because I could not burn that out of my fucking brain, I have scoured the internet to bring you a gift.
Oh, no.
A rapper.
Oh. What are we doing?
Yeah, blow, bing, blocka, blow, wow. It's time to get with that money. It's time to get with that paper. I said, blow, bling, blocka, blow, wow. Gotta run with the
This has to be a
factor,
troll.
pulling up.
It's what?
It has to be a troll. There's no way.
Nope, he's got 3 of them. It's not a troll. I was like, I have to share this with you.
There's no way that's serious.
He is. You got to listen to him.
Big block.
He wants to be the South's biggest rapper.
Blow, bing, blocka, blow, wow. Gotta run with the big blocks. Wow, yeah. I got a big block. Humming down that bad road, that square body. You know how it goes. I'm kicking it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is awful.
I'm a better rapper than he is.
Jesus.
It is horrible. And this last clip, and we're out of here. I'm going to read the super chats, but I thought it was good because I love Johnny Depp. And he went and he visited a a hospital again. It's not something a lot of people realize, but he goes all the time as Captain Jack.
He does.
And he visits children, and he's just a great human being.
It's like I always dream, true harmony,
And that was it. I think Johnny Depp is brilliant. I almost forgot. I'm glad I was reminded.
Why don't you play one of those dog videos while you're at it? We'll all be crying. Thanks a lot, George.
Well, you're welcome. We have to like touch people's hearts. But no, I almost forgot. I hopefully Robert will be here next week. And when Robert is here next week, I'm going to bring on a member from our chat. And he's a director. He's going to talk about his Star Trek short. But I want to show it to you today. And I want Oliver, to talk about it either next Sunday or the Sunday after. But I want Robert to be here for that. But I want to show everybody this now. This is a Star Trek short. If you love real Star Trek, I think you're about to be blown away. I think you're about to be blown away. It's called Prisoner 47. It is 3 minutes and 43 seconds. And it is phenomenal.
Commencing deposition with former Admiral Fraser Reynolds on Stardate 61258.2 with Lieutenant Commander Liam Wallace interview. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, Mr. Reynolds. I'd like to begin with your escape attempt.
Okay. I wouldn't describe it like that.
And how would you describe it?
Well, I activated the emergency distress signal before the shuttle crashed, so it looks like I wanted you to find me.
Okay. Why?
Obviously, to be rescued. And frankly, it is time for all this to be over.
You were nowhere near the shuttle when we found it.
What could possibly be of interest in that place? There's life, no civilization. It's empty. I can honestly tell you, there's nothing there.
Is that because you were playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers?
It's funny, most people think of enhanced individuals as masters of their own fate and destiny, a being Pierre-Simon Laplace would be proud of. But something so small can grow into tiny dots and create material change, spoiling it for further use. However, in most instances, you are just trying to survive. Because when you leave paradise, it's not because you choose to. When they came for me, not even my rank would protect me. And I witnessed a fair few people die because of it. Some who supported me, some who did not. And it cost me. Every time. The plan was always to go home, though. Perhaps I've left it too long. Maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Maybe it's time to face failure the way one would face success.
And how's that?
With dignity.
I liked it. I love it. I've been promoting it everywhere. So if you like
Hopefully
it,
they, don't get any trouble with Paramount. Yeah.
why wouldn't it? It's a short. It's going to be a short film. Hopefully everybody liked it. All righty. We are going to get out of here. We have a few super chats, and then that's it. The Zombie Hunter 24 gifted 1 George Giant Slayer membership. Thank you very much, Zombie Hunter. That is a great name. Hope whoever got that, I hope you thank him for it. Max Relax for 15 pounds. Everybody, please let YouTube know we care about Eric K. And Eric K should get his name back. Also, hail George and hail to you, my friend. Great to see you, Max Relax. The Zombie Hunter 24 for another $5. Reaper had the perfect description of the Hood's crew from Ironheart. They look like the image of mental illness. They pretty much do. You've seen it all, right, Dante?
As far as
you've seen the whole Ironheart.
yeah, I've seen all of them, all 6.
Does it get better, or is
Well,
like
absolutely not. It gets worse.
Is there
almost.
a point where you say, like, you know, there's this one moment, like Sacha Baron Cohen is brilliant beyond belief, and it was worth it?
Well, yeah, that's the only good thing about it is when he finally appears. Yeah,
cool.
But that doesn't happen until like the very end.
Okay. I thank you, Zombie Hunter, for that. They do look like the mental illness. Eric K. Mod, King of the Mods, $5. Only question that should be asked if Fantastic Four will be good is, what would Clobby think? This does not pass the Clobby smell test.
No, he would not like a lot of this crap he's seeing. In fact, we've talked about this a few times. Not that I like to assume what people would think, but considering enough of us that knew him have all kind of said the same thing, that like, yeah, we don't think he'd be too impressed with any of this stuff. He probably would have threw a fit over not necessarily threw a fit, but you know, he'd have had a few things to say, let's say, about the whole Clobbering Times bit in the last trailer.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have found that very funny.
No. And I've heard that he's actually not supposed, he actually is never going to actually say it.
That's what I've heard too, and or it's just the one time, or Johnny says it or something like that.
Johnny says it twice, I've heard. A doll says it, like a callback to the original one from, was it 2005, 2008? And that he refuses to say it. Mark Daly for $5. I don't know. Reed would never say that. He always knows and always finds out. Yes, because he's supposed to be the smartest man on the planet. But not here. Not here. Foolish American for €2. Did you see Gunn's wife has a part in Superman? No, I did not. Did you know that?
Well, she's she's probably playing the same characters that she is in Peace. Yeah, exactly. You know
which one is she in Peacemaker?
She's a Harcourt or whatever her name is. She's the agent that is with Peacemaker.
The blonde one?
Yeah.
That's Gunn's wife?
That's his wife, his real life wife. Yeah.
Holy, I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah, that's why.
So she has a job for the rest of her life.
Pretty much. Wow. All righty.
Yeah, and her job is to fuck her husband.
Basically. Yeah. But she's
that's
the
job actress. Of all wives, right?
But she's a good actress. You know, she doesn't come across like a Nepo hire.
She was already
she's
an
her
actress.
Own person.
Yeah, she was already an actress before. Yeah.
Good actress, by the way, Nepo hire. I'm just going to mention this. We'll talk about it on Wednesday, but Pedro Pedz's brother, who's a girl, just got hired, is in a Netflix movie called Carmela. It's about a real story of the Argentinian first first trans coal miner. That's what it is.
Sounds fascinating.
And I was like, I thought Netflix learned their lesson with the last one. They really want to win an award for that. Yes, it is called, because I got to get this name. It was funny. It is called Miss Carbon.
Is the theme song go stuff like, I'm proud to be a former penis on a coal miner?
I have no idea. I doubt it. All righty.
I'm just making shit up at this point.
I know. I was going to play it, but then I was like, I saw the trailer. I was like, nope, not playing that one. Verbal, where can everybody find you? What you got coming up next?
You're muted.
You're muted. There we go. You guys can find me on YouTube, Rumble, and X. I'll be on Film Thread Versus tomorrow as usual. And I will be finally back on VRL Thursday. Had some technical problems this past Thursday, but I think everything's up and running now pretty good. So be on the lookout for the videos, and thank all you guys who watched my Ironheart video because it's probably the best I've done so far on this platform. So thank you so much.
Beautiful. Awesome. And Tom from Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark. What you got coming
They don't
up?
know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't.
Oh, sorry, I was listening to music. Well, you can find me on the morning show, of course, tomorrow morning. And tonight on Midnight's Edge After Dark, we're going to be doing the tier list for the Jurassic films, the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World films. So join us, please.
Cool. And speaking of Jurassic World films, which I didn't get to show, we'll again talk about on Wednesday, but Christopher Nolan put out the poster for the Odyssey, and it's supposed to have a 30-second teaser that is attached to Jurassic World Rebirth. That's the rumor. That is the rumor. All right, everybody. Thank you. I will see you here Tuesday night for FAFO with Ron Coleman and Mark Mitchell. Then back Wednesday for Slayer Unchained, and it'll be me, Verbal, and Tom. And then here back next Sunday, we're supposed to have a very special guest. I will announce it during the week. Thank you, everybody, for your support. It keeps the lights on. It means the world to me. And I love you. I hope you have a great week. Remember, we're fighters with one unbreakable rule. We never bow down. We never bend the knee. Always forward.